evening, all. New intro. Yes, I've been playing with a new demo version of Filmora 11.12. So just having a play around with the new software that I've got today. So just want to give it a quick go, see what it comes up like. Military Biker's done it with his big long intro, so I thought I'll give it a go. StreamYard link is up, and yes, I've had a haircut, so I've been attacked by a razor, as they say, but the beard's getting longer, so I am catching up with Hells on Two Wheels. Just quick one. Hi, everybody in the room. So hi to Crumbly, hi to Hells, hi to Andy, hi to Paul Keating. This is Crazy Dad Biker is in the room as well. Simon's here, Duncan's here. Who else have we got here? Ponkster's about somewhere. Yeah, as Andy says, you've been playing around, you'll go blind. Exactly. Yeah. StreamYard link is up, guys. So if you want to come and jump on the StreamYard link, you're very, very welcome to come and jump in. The link is up, and hi to the Exeter Rider as well. So evening, boys. It's been a fun-packed week this week. We've all had a blast. If you missed the Super Sausage Run, Andy's only got an hour. He's probably off to work or something. So good to see everybody in the room. Super Sausage Run on Sunday was really, really good. So met a load of people down there. We had a little bit of run out from Eclipse. Boo Rider was with us. Jay was with us as well. Crazy Dad Biker. We had an absolute blast. Obviously, Simon was in his annual general meeting, and Andy was away doing his own thing. And the boys are here. So big hi to Simon is here, and Andy is on the stream as well. So evening, boys. How are we doing?
Hello.
All good. How's your week been?
Hello.
Evening, Andy.
Still going on.
It's all going on. What have you been up to this week, boys? I've missed out on you.
I've been working my arse off because I'm on leave next week. So,
quick evening to hi to KG as well. Andy's here as well. And streaming in, and hopefully he's got some decent Wi-Fi this time, is the man himself. I have mentioned him about 6 times on my stream this week. And mentioned him on a couple of videos and mentioned about his bloody trailer. Everyone's like, you've got to get him to do a full video of that trailer. Is it really as big as he says it is? It is massive. But we got the man himself live from America. It's Mr. Hells on Two Wheels. How you doing?
What's up, everybody?
I have had so many people message me and say, who is that guy that jumps on your stream with a beard? I mean, you mean Hells on Two Wheels? He is the original Harley rider from the States. You've got to go check his channel out. They went, what the hell is it in? Is he in a mobile home? I said, no, he is in a full 5th wheel RV trailer. Can you get him to do a walk around of the trailer and show that trailer off?
Yeah, we're going to do it. It's going to be called YouTube Cribs, and it's coming out. So you guys just wait.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really good. How's that Harley of yours, though? No.
It's still a boat anchor.
Boat anchor. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've noticed that that company that you did all your repair have had such a slating on the net.
Yeah.
They have been slated. Not just you, but loads of other bikers have really slated that company.
Yep.
Yeah. I just hope to really all I want is I want my bike the way that I paid a bunch of money for it to work. That's all I want. You know? So but yeah, I'm gonna do an update video about it. We're gonna go from there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just I don't know. There's a lot changing with this channel right now. I'm kind of in this head spin trying to get herd all the cats together because how can I say with the trailer, with everything, it's just we did a lot at once and we got a lot of information to get out to everybody because everybody's asking a ton of questions. So I got several videos that I need to get out to answer the questions.
Excellent. If you didn't see the issues that I had on my last video, we did something slightly different. I was going to roll all the different videos in and just jump on one to the other, backwards and forwards on the camera, but I put it up as 4 because then people can go and watch one camera, watch the second, or roll it back and watch each camera. I have had, I'll show you the text messages on my phone in a moment. I messaged Insta. Now, this camera, I bought it from an approved eBay seller. I should have bought it direct from Insta, but I happen to do a lot of eBay shopping. So went on eBay, and they've got a little slogan at the top, said approved Insta 360 seller, authorized seller. Bought the camera. Now, I bought this last year, so it's 9 months old. That is the bottom of it. Let me see if I can get it up to the camera correctly. But there, if you've seen the photos of what I put on Instagram, that thread is totally missing. There is thread at the bottom, but not at the top. It's actually broke the chassis. And someone said it's a huge issue with the Insta 360s. You need to get a metal cage that goes round it with an aluminium bracket so that the camera sits in a cage. I messaged Insta about it and said, the camera's broken. Can I send it for repair? Can I get it sorted out? Can I get a warranty repair on it? They messaged me back and said, can we have the IMEI code off of it? Sent the code. That code, they said, oh, that code is registered to a camera that was purchased in 2019. You are out of warranty. You only get a 1-year warranty with it. And I went, well, I bought it from the eBay seller. I've still keep my original receipt. So I messaged them, sent them the receipt to show that it was purchased 9 months ago. And they went, sorry, you're going to have to send it for a warranty repair. So I said, right, I'm going to launch a huge thing about the Insta 360s. And I am going to put it on all my social media channels. If you want to play hardball, bring it on. So they messaged back and said, we will send you a replacement camera. So it's like sending your mobile phone. If your mobile phone breaks, you send it back to the dealer. They send you a replacement camera, but it could be a 6-year-old camera. It could be a 1-year-old camera that's been refurbished. And I said, that's not on. I've paid full money for it. I want a fresh camera. We cannot do this. In the meantime, obviously with me launching on Insta and Facebook about it, I had an email the day before yesterday, so it was on Wednesday, from GoPro saying that we are launching the new 7K camera. And I'm like, all right, all I want is a 360 camera that works. How much have I got to pay for it? We will send you a demo model. You can use it, but if you want it, you have to buy it. And I went, I'm not interested. I want something that works. I can put on the bike, just film now. I don't need to be without a camera. So GoPro have messaged me back this morning saying, we have an X demo 4K camera. If you want to use it, you're quite welcome to use it for demo riding. Give it a review over the next 2 weeks. If you want it, we will be asking £150. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine, fair enough. So I messaged and sent all the paperwork to Insta. Insta have basically turned around and went, up yours. We're not interested. If you want the warranty repair, your camera's got to go to Hong Kong. So I'm going to be doing a review of the Insta compared to this new 4K GoPro. And I think Simon's, is yours the 4K GoPro, Simon?
I told you not to buy the cheap one.
Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
I have a similar experience with GoPro with their excellent customer service.
Yeah. GoPro have jumped all over me and said, we'll be quite happy to take you on board if you can push our cameras, because we notice you only push drift and Insta. Have you ever thought of using the GoPro 9 or 10 on your helmet? And I went, I don't like them. They're too bulky. The drift's nice on the side. Oh, yes, but you can get a GoPro mount that fits on the front and use a special substance called Sugru or something, and you can put Sugru on the front and have your camera on the front. I said to him, well, I will look into it, obviously, but I'm very, very happy with my drift. But if this 360 is as good as GoPro says it is, I might be swapping all my cameras to GoPro, because their customer service team just jumped all over me.
Well, what I'm saying is we damaged one of our GoPro 9s, and they replaced it quickly, knowing about our channel. They were like, within 24 hours, we had a brand new camera ready to go. So kudos to GoPro with their customer service.
That's Howie's just brought this up. Ulanzi, that's it. Ulanzi are the ones that messaged me and said they do an aluminium one that goes around it. So that is the one that I've got coming. So We should put the cage around the 360, but I'm very, very happy with what GoPro have all jumped all over this. So thank you, GoPro. I am going to mention GoPro a couple of times tonight. I know Andy uses them. A lot of the bikers use GoPro, especially like Lockwood and Zhead all use GoPros. Paul's just said might try that trick and get the ex-wife set back. Lockwood's got the 8, yeah, first one that doesn't need a case. So thanks, GoPro. I really appreciate your customer service jumping all over me. And it was just the fact that I'd mentioned I might just pick Insta up the arse and go to GoPro, and it was just the fact that I tagged GoPro in it. Their customer service team were all over it. So thanks, GoPro. Quick one. So we've got Lockwood in the room. Crazy Dad Biker's here. Brandon is here. Mr. MC Tank. Evening,
Just
Brandon.
me. Good evening, mate. Are you all right?
Yeah, good.
Is that your new house you're in now?
No, I'm actually in my mate's garage while he works on his R1.
And we've got Boating Biker Bird with us as well. Codes got GoPro Hero 7 Black, no problems yet. So I might be making the switch to GoPro. The one thing I do look for in any supplier is it's not the price or how much you pay for it. It's how good the customer service is. So that is a nice.
Don't lie. You look for how free you can get it. Come on, tell the truth.
Yeah. That's true as well. I ain't complaining. So yeah, if anybody wants a second-hand drift, if I get this GoPro, then you can have a second-hand drift. But yeah, it's all been good this week. I had a message as well, Simon. Are you about Sunday?
I am, yes, but I might be busy because I'm going away next week.
I had a message from Motorcycle World in Northampton.
Yeah.
They sent me a message saying Super Sausage this coming Sunday. I think it's Lanzi and Ollie or something are taking a V-Strom on a worldwide tour.
Oh, right, okay.
They're basically going around the entire world on a V-Strom. And they are starting...
They'll never make it.
No,
they'll make it. It's going to break down.
Yeah.
They might make the sausage, but after that, they'll need recovery.
Touch and go.
Yeah, well, they're starting from Super Sausage on Sunday, and I've been told there are going to be a lot of cameras and press and BBC and ITV there for this world tour. So I thought, right, bit of advertising. Let's get down there and bang the bikes up. I said, where are you parking? And he went, right by the garage. And I went, that's my spot. Get out of my spot.
What time are they going to be there?
They are going to be there for about 10 o'clock.
Right.
But I thought it's worth it for the publicity because obviously we've got all our logos all over our top boxes and the screens. If we've got tele cameras down there, it's worth it for the promotion on the channel. So, Paul, if I get this GoPro, you can have the damn thing for free. I'll gift it you, mate. You need it more than I do. So, quite happy to obviously shove something out if I'm getting freebies off of everybody. Look, we just said don't forget you'll need the mic adapter.
Yeah.
Right, 50 quid, no option. You know, I don't mind 50 quid, 50 quid.
The thing is, if you get the 10, you can get the media mod that goes around the outside.
The media mod's shit.
I love mine. I have no problem with it at all.
So many. If you read up on the media mod, it's got like 3.7 stars out of 5 out of like 20,000 views.
I've had absolutely no problem using it. I've been using it since day one.
Wow. I was going to get the media mod for my Hero 8, but I didn't in the end. I just got the mic.
Hells has got his there, so he's showing it off. There we go. So it's your little media mod.
Love it. If there wasn't reported so many issues on it and it wasn't 50 quid, I'd probably buy it. It's just fucking.
I've had no problem with it.
Oh, here we go. Exit has just said I use the media mod. It's been pretty good. The 10's got a few software glitches. The first one I bought off, first GoPro 9, first couple of months were a nightmare. Yeah, it's just yes. It's like anything. When everybody upgrades to Windows 9 and Windows 10 and you go up to the next version, you're always going to get bugs in the system. But it's obviously how quick they can sort those glitches out and get the job done.
Yeah, well, you mean like the GTR 1400 when you eventually upgrade from a
that's when you finish playing around with the toy MT10s, is that?
Exactly. Good news
you can
for you.
upgrade from an MT10 to a GT 1400 that has medieval technology on it. I don't know about
Quick one. Lockwood's asked, how much is the medium mod? Exeter, if you can answer that, buddy, and I'll put that up on the.
It's about, if you buy it from GoPro, if you're a subscriber, it's about 50 quid. Anywhere else, it's about 70, 80 quid. But yeah, 50 quid.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? So it's 50 quid. But if you go on that GoPro on the actual phone on the app, you can subscribe and get like 15% off. So I think it might be cheaper than 50 quid, isn't it?
That's how I got mine. It was a lot cheaper. Buy GoPro.
The thing is, GoPro seem to be all over it, whereas Insta are just quite happy just shipping their product out and putting up with all the crap that's going on, which is the one thing. Obviously, we did a comparison on the front of the VN. We had that 10 quid crappy camera that Z-Ed took a hammer to. And you can tell the quality of a cheap £10 action cam compared to like the drift quality and the Insta quality. So it went really well.
Well, I'm not in such a hurry to buy a new GoPro because GoPro came out in their first quarterly meeting that they're working on stuff that's focused towards the moto vloggers. Where, because they saw such an increase in these cameras being used for moto vlogging that they're trying to work on a product specifically for moto vloggers.
Well, this is the thing though, right? With GoPro, GoPro's amazing cameras. I still prefer my drift, but the GoPro battery only lasts like 40 minutes.
I've got 3 batteries. I'm all right, and I can plug it into the USB on the bike from the medium mod and just run it. On the power.
No, you get yeah. I've got the same thing on my mic adapter, but it's just annoying, isn't it? It would be nice if you could record for an hour and a half.
But
the thing is, if you record for an hour and a half on a GoPro 10, the file would be so big. It's
no, but that's why, isn't it? Like they cut the files down, like it automatically cuts it down, like it stops recording then starts again or whatever. It trims it to keep the file sizes smaller, like 3 gig.
True. Paul's just asked, anyone have cameras actually on their bike? I tend to have, if I'm running on the GTR, so I've got one on the helmet. I've got one just below my rear top box. That's my Drift X that looks backwards. Normally the cheap little 10 quid action cam I bolt anywhere that I can bolt it on. And then obviously the Insta sits on the top of my top box. So quick one, Exit Rider Instagram messaged you. So Exit, just check your in page on that. A lot of people said, yeah, he's got 3 on his bike. So a lot of people have 2 or 3 cameras on the bikes, rear facing, and obviously 360s. Any jobs going? I tell you what, I am had it to the back teeth today. We've had 2 bandits in, both stood for 3 years. The first one that came in was the 1200, and we did started to do a carb strip, and I took one look at it. It was running on choke, but as soon as you off the choke, you had to hold it on the throttle, and it was spitting flames from the exhaust. And it wasn't until I actually looked over the inlets, whoever's had, we checked the previous history, because the guy that owned it before the new guy, and obviously brought it into us. And luckily I put notes on all the bikes, and it had said, obviously MOT, front wheel bearing, bike runs like a sack of crap, possible vacuums on the inlets. So this guy's bought this bike off this bloke, brought it into us because it's not running. And we checked the inlets. This guy has put araldite all over the top of his inlet sills. So the inlet sills all perished and corroding, loads and loads of splits and tears in them, and he's put araldite on it. That is not going to hold anything. So I said to him, new set of inlets you're looking at, so 48 quid each from Suzuki. You've got 4 of them. You're looking at 3 hours to strip the tank off, carbs off, put the new inlets on, put the carbs back, rejet it, and calibrate the carbs up. Too much money. Only paid £1,000 for the bike. All right, so he's hauled it away today. The second bandit, first thing we're going to do, anything that stood for 3 years, first thing we're going to do is, before we even start the bike, is flush that tank, drain the tank out. We got the tank out, we drained it, and the petrol in it was fluorescent yellow. It was horrible. I put it out the back, poured a bit on the ground. I'd literally dropped a match on it, and it would not ignite. New E5 in it, fired up, and all good. So that one is running. We've got that one sorted, but I've got a Valkyrie in at the moment that's got exactly the same problem. But when you turn it over, it is clanking like a bugger. So you've got like a metallic when you're turning the bike over, it's got metallic noise. So it's either the starter motor's not engaging or low compression. But we are, I think, about 5 hours into carb strip on that thing, and it's doing my head in. It's one of those bikes that I wish I'd sent to Darren just for him to do. But all good on that one. The other thing that we've got, obviously, I don't know how it's affecting America, but Simon, Andy, and MT might pick up on this, is the fuel crisis at the moment. We have got
fuel crisis.
There is no fuel crisis. It's just we call them snowflakes over here, or Karens. Snowflake protesters that are blocking the fuel depots again to complain about the prices of fuel. So obviously stopping the tankers to getting out to the garage, and we can't get any fuel anywhere.
I managed to get there. I went past 6 garages on the way home, and there was queues at most of them, but I got straight in at our local one. One of the garages that on a main sort of drag, if you like, on the A1, that had all its pump shut.
Yeah.
They're just slowing it's coming through. It's just trickling through slowly.
It's trickling through, yeah. But there was a very good Facebook post today. One of the, I think it is down towards Essex Way, one of the main depots. And what it is, there's a load of these little white protester lefty sidekick communist buggers out with their placards, lower the fuel prices.
They all turn up in their cars.
What's that?
They all turn up in their cars to protest about fossil fuels.
Yes, exactly. But they're all stood there with their signs, lower the fuel price, government charging too much for fuel, levy the fuel duty. I think there was about 20 bikers that all turned up, probably half of Brandon's lot, because they all turn up on R1s and R6s and big bikes. They all line up in a row and start doing burnouts with the back tyres and smoking these protesters out. Didn't work. And all these protesters are like, no.
Sounds like my lot.
Yeah. The thing was...
Sounds like something I'd do.
Yeah. The bikers all buggered off, and then you can hear the rumble in the distance, and everyone's like, oh, that sounds like Harleys. This pack of Hell's Angels turned up. And they walk up to the protesters, and you can imagine big burly bikers with their beards and the Harleys and that. These protesters leg it. Gives them enough time to get 5 tankers out of the gates, and these bikers are just stood there, arms crossed, with their Harleys, just stood on the gate, like doing security. And protesters are off down the road. They hadn't come near these Hell's Angels. The next thing you see is 3 or 4 of these little Uber mopeds turn up with the top boxes, and they start pulling out McDonald's and giving them to these Hell's Angels. And the guy goes, what's this for? And he went, thanks very much. The guys have bought you free food. And he went, who's bought it? The guys from the refinery all chipped in and bought 24 McDonald's for the Hell's Angels. And they said, oh, do you want us back on Friday, Saturday and Sunday? How much do you want? Just buy us a McDonald's and a coffee. We're quite happy to stand here and cause a ruck. And that's what you get with messing with Hell's Angels. But it was hilarious watching it on the video. It went on Facebook, I think, about 1:30, and it went off at 2:00 because someone reported it as death threats and violence, and they pulled the video on it. I'm like, really? It was just one of those things. Paul, I need to increase my logo prices. Yeah, everybody is suffering from like an oil shortage or a petrol shortage, and quick one from Paul. I've got no trouble getting fuel, just driving the forecourt. That is true, Paul. That is very, very true. Yeah, obviously.
I must say that anybody that's not seen it, Exeter Rider spends twice as much on oil every time he changes his bikes than anybody else I know. His bike actually takes about 8 litres of oil, apparently.
I know. I noticed he left the sump plug out on that. Oopsie. That was quite good because I said to him, luckily it wasn't Motel 7100 because that's what I got in mind. But then someone said to me, he said, you really put 7100 in your GTR? 1040 will do the job. And I went, no, I was just being posh with it. That was all. but 1040 will do the job. Oh, yeah. So, right, what are we going to cover tonight? Let me just go to my...
Just thought I'd say something, though, before I disappear, because I'm on my phone in my friend's garage while we rebuild his forks. Well, when I say I mean him, while he rebuilds the forks. So we've got this mental health event on the 13th of August.
Oh, yes.
But I'm also doing another charity event that I've been planning for Make-A-Wish.
Oh, go on.
I don't really have much to document on it, to be honest. We've planned everything for the mental health event. It's kind of just on the back burner now. We'll probably touch bases again, maybe like a month and a half prior to the event, just to make sure everything's still going smoothly. But the Make-A-Wish event, it's going to be up at Coxwold Wildlife Park.
Oh, cool. We'll try and
so the owner reached out to me and was just like, can you do something for us? I was like, I'll do anything, mate. So we're going to try and get like either free tickets or get the animals involved.
Can you do something? That's me. Sorry, that's me.
Try and get the animals involved. But it's going to be a family event more than anything. It's going to be like a fete, sort of summer fete, but for Make-A-Wish.
Cool.
Oh, quick one from Elvis. It's $160, $170 per tank in my truck. Jesus H. Christ.
Yep.
That is
it's expensive.
That is out.
It cost nearly $70 to fill up my bike.
That is just mad. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, but you could go electric. Yeah, but you forgot that the energy rates have just jumped through the roof. If you're going to be charging your car up on electric, you're going to be paying just as much for your electric as you would for petrol.
It's still cheaper than petrol.
Yeah. Everyone said like, oh, yeah. Here we are. Boking Biterberg. That's the equivalent of £122 here, according to the exchange rate. Jesus Christ. We normally at the garage we've got 5 20-litre jerry cans that we fill the bikes up just for every morning. 7:45 in the morning, we fired every single bike in the garage for 10 minutes and run it up just to refresh the battery, get the plugs hot, blow all the crap out of the bikes, and we do the same thing at 5:15 every night. We were averaging £120 worth of fuel every 2 weeks. I went and filled up last Wednesday that I got a 5-litre jerry can, and we spent £180. That's a £60 jump in fuel just for 100 litres. Absolutely stupid.
But think about this. So the trip, just one way of us going to Daytona, was 5 stops of filling up my tank.
Holy crap.
Would have been cheaper to fly.
I was moaning about 98 quid for my 4x4. Jesus.
I'm a tight ass. I would have got out and pushed it. No, correct. I would have made Tracy get out and push it. But
yeah, there we go. Coach just said last year's $9 to fill my bike. This year's $17. It's stupid at the moment. It really is stupid.
Mm-hmm. Got an upgrade for Simon there.
There we go. Oh, here we go, Simon.
Yeah, lovely.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Well, like here, they're complaining. They're saying, "Oh, we approved a bunch of permits to drill," but yeah, they did, but they didn't approve the permits for the pipelines to get the oil to the refineries. So you can drill it, but if you can't get it there, then how are you going to make gasoline?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got obviously, I know a very, very good friend of mine. He plays banjo for a very, very well-known country singer. He's up in military bikers' neck of the woods. He's up in Canada. He moved from America to Canada. You've probably heard of Carrie Underwood Hills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Jimmy, that plays the banjo for Carrie, he bought, I think it was 20 acres of Canadian mountaintop and built himself a lodge. And he's got obviously a water turbine. I think they call it a Pelton generator or something that generates the electric off the stream. And he's got a composting toilet. He lives totally off grid. But he was saying he only runs his truck 4 miles into town, 4 miles home. He said, but even the price of going into town, the food has gone up through the roof. Everything's jumped in price. I was actually chatting to him on the live stream. I was on a Skype chat with him the other night. His 12-year-old's carrying a handgun. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. He said, yeah. He said, my 8-year-old and my 12-year-old have both got handguns. And I went, what? And they take them to school. He said, yeah, when they get to the school, they hand the handguns in. I said, and they walk down, basically down the mountain to the school bus with their handguns. And I went, your kids carry handguns. You wouldn't be allowed that in the UK. He said, the only reason my kids carry handguns is because they're walking through the woods because of bear attacks.
Right.
But he was saying his daughter's got a 1911, I think it's Colt.
45? Yep.
Yeah, 1911 45. And his younger one's got a Beretta 9mm. So, Jesus H.
What's the bear armed with?
I don't know.
Unfair then, isn't it?
Yeah.
300 pounds of... I don't know.
He said, but yeah, there are a lot of bear attacks in Canada. He said, mostly people that just go and stop and have a picnic, and all of a sudden the bear comes running out and attacks you.
Yeah.
Poor Yogi. He's only after the picnic basket.
Yeah, Yogi's not so friendly.
Yogi's not so friendly.
Hey, boo boo.
But his house is absolutely massive. And I said to him, I said, how much is your sort of cost of living? He said, we do not have any cost of living. He said, our electric's free, our water's free. We get our water off a stream and we purify it. He said, literally the only thing that we pay for is our gasoline to get us backwards and forwards and our groceries. He said, like, you can't make your own toilet roll and you can't make your own bread. He said, but he said, that's so tough they wear bulletproof vests. But yeah, he's to just get off the grid and just go and move somewhere where you're just completely off the grid, yourself and a bike, and just ride, and you haven't got to worry about the shit that's going on at the moment with these protesters, with what's going on in Ukraine and with the petrol prices. And
yeah, that's what's become a problem with our channel where we travel so much. It's like the cost to do this, because we don't make zilch. It's all for fun. It's all for entertainment. It's all to make friends. The cost has went through the roof on us.
It's just madness at the moment, and electric bills in the UK. But Andy and Simon will know what I'm on about. The electric companies. I was on, I think, about £190 a year, £190 a month, which is probably about $250 a month for my gas and electric. That's just shot to $400.
I'm going to upset you now. I just paid my gas and electric bill, 77 quid.
Oh, you
sorry. I'm still locked until 1st of July.
Yeah. That's mad, and all right, we were Scottish Power, but that's one of the lower ones.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm locked until July. I just paid it, £77 something and a few pence. That ain't bad for a month.
Exactly, but it's everything. Poll tax as well. Milton Keynes is the worst for poll tax as well. They've hammered everybody this year. We were paying. I showed it last week. We were paying £1,200. It's just gone up £400 this year. And what are we paying for? They say, "Oh yeah, but it's your community fees for police, for fire." We've never needed.
I don't use them. Do I get a refund if I don't use them? No.
Exactly.
You'll find out of that bill, £1,200 goes to the local tax, local council. All the rest of it is for the police.
The majority does.
Yeah. I've got the same bill, £1,400, and £1,200 of it goes to the council.
I wish my bill was £1,400. Mine's near 18.
Everyone's talking KTM's in the side chat. I'm
Keep
actually
saving money.
Yeah, I am looking at a KTM 420. I want to go and revisit my childhood.
You'll throw your back out and lose a hip.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you ain't got a gas mask anymore, and they've stopped flying doodle bugs.
I did schoolboy motocross when I was very, very young at 15, and I had a KTM 420. And I've always wanted to get myself another 2-stroke 420. I managed to find one, and in the end, I told the guy to off. He wanted $4,000 for it for a KTM 420. I've managed to find one, but obviously I've still got to pay the GTR first. So I am waiting on that. But if anybody's got a KTM 420 non-runner, needs a bit of work on, let me know, because I am after a KTM 420. I've just signed up the Oxford too. The rest of the village.
That was a good one.
Yeah, there's loads of like.
Boating Biker Birds just said she lives on the boat. Last time I was on a boat, I rolled out of bed and nearly fucking drowned. So I ain't going back there again.
Believe it or not, one of our friends, Glenn, that comes in the garage, he had a flat in Milton Keynes, and it was costing him an arm and a leg. He ended up buying. It's not a barge. Well, what does he call it? A narrow boat. It's 12. I think it's 12 foot wide or 10 foot wide, 60 foot long, and it's enough that he can park his motorbike up where he moors, and obviously he's got batteries on it. He's got propane. He's got a little generator. He said, "But I live on the barge." He said, "You can moor for free. You're allowed to moor for a certain amount of time." And you just move on to the next mooring. And then 7 days later, you come back and moor up again. And he's on that with his girlfriend.
Don't you find people that do that are like the gypsies of the water?
Exactly. But he was saying it is so cheap for him. And he's obviously got his little car. And he said, I just park it in a car park, up and down the canal on my boat. And it's, that's what it's called. Wide beam. Yeah, that's what it's called, a wide beam. We built a little
wide bottom.
Yeah, he's just had a cage. He said, I've had new batteries, but I need a cage to put on the steps. I welded him a little cage up to put on his steps to put his leisure batteries in. But that boat is, when you actually look at it, you have to breathe in to go down the corridor. But he's got his bed at one end. He's got his kitchen. He's got his lounge. He's got a telly in it. You know, it does you to get you through. The only thing I didn't like is I said to him, all right, so when you go to the toilet and you flush the toilet, where's your tank then? He went, it's under the double bed. You're sleeping on top of your poo tank. I'm like, I said, what's it like? He said, it's all right.
It's only one level up from camping, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah. He said, it's all right until the summer where your tank starts smelling a little bit and the bedroom starts smelling. I wouldn't want to be sleeping on my own crap, I tell you.
It needs a pub at the end.
You need something like Hell's.
This waterbed's a bit soft. I know. I'll go and flush the toilet. That'll stiffen it up a bit.
See, Hell's has just got a pump off. Has yours got a pump off tank?
Yeah. Actually, I got 2 tanks. One's for
so
the
you've
front,
got a grey and a black one. Yeah.
No, I got 2 tanks for black and 2 tanks for grey.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So you've got the Rolls Royce version. You've got the 2-tank version.
It's because you can't have the one tank. It'd be too much weight up the one end of the palace, you see. You've got to spread it out.
It's for all the bullshit that happens here in Fort Dave. So we can't.
There was
bullshit on a Friday night. That's what it's called.
Yeah. We was watching. Oh God, the boys will know what I'm on about. Celebrity Juice.
Don't watch it.
All right. They had Katie Hopkins on it. And she said she was on it the other night. And she was on about these, but fat women or big women need to eat less, move more. And they went, and this bloke went, well, what's your excuse then? And she went, well, yeah, but if you eat more, you poo more. And he went, yeah, but half the reason is, he said, you don't go out your ass. Most of your poo comes out your mouth, woman. He really went to town on her a bit, but I don't think many people in the UK like Katie Hopkins anyway. There's a few channels on YouTube for Canal Life. I think it's Foxes Afloat or Foxes on the Barge or something, or the Grey Foxes. 2 gay guys on a barge, though. That's quite a good one. They've just released that on Amazon.
That's on Pornhub. That ain't on YouTube, is it?
They should call that the Love Boat.
Yeah,
that's a love boat.
If they're gay fellas, it could be called the Submarine.
Up Periscope. Can I borrow your telescope to look through? Yeah, exactly.
Where's the disclaimer? Where's the disclaimer at?
Yeah, we would need that soon.
It is 9 o'clock now, and no, we're not sure. Oh, sorry, let's just put the disclaimer up now. It's coming. There we go. So down the bottom of the channel, guys. 18-year the 18s and overs disclaimer is up. Adult jokes and f-bombs. I should probably get a strike on this before the end of the night. So.
And it won't be my fault this time. It'll be because you brought up two gay blokes on a boat banging each other.
Exactly. No, that was he was just trying to find the rudder, mate, and steer him in the right direction.
Come on, Bubbles.
Yeah. Couple of quick ones.
Anyone for a reach around.
Gives a no meaning to motorboat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, motorboating. Yeah. 30 watching and 9 likes. Yeah, guys, don't forget to click the thumbs up if you haven't clicked the thumbs up.
I ain't done that yet.
I am just going to bring this up because obviously I'm not with them. I've been with Bike Shore most of the time that I've had a bike. I've been on Bike Shore. But the thing that has obviously niggled a lot of people is obviously MCE are offering refunds at the moment. So riders finally get some of their cash back after the long delays at MCE. So if you didn't know, MCE were the big insurers. Everybody went to MCE, got bike insurance. They went to, I think it was liquidation, Simon?
It was their Gibraltar branch, the underwriters that went into liquidation because the MCE UK is still trading. So.
Exactly. But a lot of people have been saying, obviously, they've been putting £300 or £400 into their insurance, had it for about 3 months and got £90 or £100 back.
Yeah. You'll never they will not get the full value back because the company's got into liquidation.
Exactly.
So the administrators pay out a percentage. That's all they do.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the other one that I am going to cover, and obviously Grant and Red are not here tonight. Normally we have the Rhythmic Biker in or Uncle Red. Wolf Tales is taking off like a huge, it's gone viral. Everybody's watching Wolf Tales, and a lot of people have said it is the 2-wheeled equivalent of Top Gear. Now there isn't obviously one that's gone up on the MCN pages this week, and they were saying about it's not like other shows. BBC Sunday night hit is called The Speed Shop. So that's the guy that introduces the Speed Shop, and it's going to be like a motorcycles edition of Top Gear. And I'm like, all right, so if you actually go on MCN and read through what they actually do, 2 presenters with the same backdrop from the Speed Shop doing the same old blurb, which Wolf Tales started out doing 4 weeks ago.
It started that a couple of months, so they've been doing it a bit longer. But yeah.
But obviously,
isn't it like anything in life though? If someone has a good idea, someone else will pick it up, run with it, that's got money, and make it bigger.
Yeah.
It's usually what happens.
Yeah,
it's like people's intros, isn't it, Rev? You do some good videos, and somebody will steal bits for their intro, wouldn't they?
I wouldn't know about that.
Not copyrighted.
Yeah. And even put a little sticker over your channel logo just to make sure. Yeah. I know we got your number right.
I did say on the intro, thanks to Simon and thanks to Andy for doing some videos of the GTR. And you are in my.
Did you hear that, Andy? Did you hear that? I don't recall hearing that.
Yeah, I did. I did it on last week's intro, mate. I did say thanks to Andy and thanks to Simon for their little bits. So.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Paul. Oh, I've got someone else in the room. I'll bring him in a second. Paul Keating said to me this week. He said, "I can't believe you're not subscribed to my channel." And I went, "I've been subscribed since day one." Have you noticed that if you subscribe to a channel after so many weeks or so, you just disappear off their channel?
If you don't watch any of their stuff and things like that, I think YouTube decide that you don't want to subscribe to their channel anymore, and they just sort of cancel your subscription.
Because obviously I was on Paul's channel. I've added him in at the bottom again on my description, and had to resubscribe him all.
Andy, now Lockwood's here. Shall we go off and give them a bit of time on their own first? Because I'm sure Rev wants to try the boat thing.
No.
The thing is, I like being on top, so I'm in the wrong place.
Oh well, we can soon sort that out. There we go. Yeah, quick
Good
one.
evening,
Yeah.
Lockwood.
How you doing,
How you
guys?
doing? Yeah. Yeah, quick and Paul. I was following you. I've had to go back through all my old subscriptions, and obviously check out who I do follow. Paul's here as well. Evening, Paul. Tony,
Paul, how you doing?
How you doing, Paul?
Hello, Paul.
How you doing? All right.
Hello.
Yeah, there
I
was another one. There's a couple that I follow because obviously Salty and Sprinkles, I dropped off of their channel as well. I think it was Big Smitty with his gold ring, and I'd lost his channel as well. So I'm having to go back through all my channels and resubscribe to their channels. But you know, if I've subscribed to someone, why the hell is YouTube taking me off? I've subscribed to someone. Don't start fucking around with my figures.
Yep.
But
do you notice?
Sorry, look, I wanted to say just quickly. Andy just said, "What did you think of my video on the what to take on tour?" And brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I couldn't have said that could be better timing because some of the stuff on there I didn't even consider, and I looked at that. It's one of those videos you got to keep because it's something you need like a checklist on for all those bits because that is just gold, absolute gold.
Yeah, I watched
It
it
is hard.
earlier.
We've learned over the years what to take and what not to take, and you could just simplify it straight down to them few bits. You don't need nothing else.
As I said, I think I mentioned it on your thing. I said this one's going to go viral because you literally cover everything that should be taken. The only thing you're missing is obviously the oh god, what do I call it? My little burner with my kettle on it.
Yeah, I go in these inventions called cafes and McDonald's, right? and they have these machines.
Yeah, but if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you just fancy a brew, then
And you keep going till you find a Costa or a Starbucks. It's easy.
Yeah,
That's it. And if you soil your underwear, just stick it in a bucket in a B&B.
yeah, that's true. Someone did ask me. He said, "Do you
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, do you carry a first aid kit on your bike?" And I went, "That's quite a good point. I'm going to bring that up on the Friday and see if any of the bikers carry a first aid kit."
I used to take one away when touring, but it's just another thing, you know. How many times in this last month has the average person thought, "I need a first aid kit right now"? I've just done something to my finger. You don't. And to be honest, if you come off the bike, you're going to need more than a first aid kit.
It's exactly what Andy said. You come off the bike, you're going to need something a bit more serious than the first aid kit. And if you know what you're doing, you can manage without one. The only thing you might want is a pair of gloves. But
yeah, I carry a very, very small. You'll know what I mean, Simon. The military leg bag that carries your trauma kit. So in it, and I do know how to use it because someone actually.
Cable ties, mate. That's all you need.
No, I actually mentioned it on. I think it was Dan the Fireman's channel, and he said, "What medical kit does everybody carry?" And I said, "I carry a military first aid trauma kit, but I know how to use it, which is basically a compression bandage with a seal on it. So if you've got a puncture, you can seal up the puncture with a hard card in it." Clotting powder, a tampon, a Durex, couple of plasters and a triangular bandage. And he went, "Why do you carry a tampon?" I went, "Because if someone's got a stab wound or a puncture injury,
or a nosebleed.
Yeah, or a nosebleed. What does a tampon do? It swells up. You stick a tampon in the wound, let it swell up, stops the bleeding. Yeah, but why do you carry a Durex? Because if you've got a puncture or you've got someone's basically, you can stick your Durex over your finger, stick it in the hole. Tampon doesn't do the job. You can put your finger in there. Oh, all right. But why do you need clotting powder? Clotting powder stops the bleeding. Bang it over. Put the compression bandage on. Job done. It's a military trauma kit. But you're not going to come across many people that have been stabbed by their bike or got puncture wounds. But it's good for patching you up if you do have something. If you go and gash your arm, you can chuck a load of clotting powder on it. Bang a compression bandage, take yourself up and stop the bleeding.
What MT Belly's just said there about it wouldn't carry a first aid kit unless you've got public liability insurance. If you're actually a fully trained first aid at work first aider, i.e. through the St John's ambulance or something, you are covered by their insurance.
Exactly.
For accidents, not for events, but accidents.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
yeah, you are covered for that. But most people, I mean, I used to carry loads of kit with me years ago in my previous job, but then you're expected to use it. So, but if you know what you're doing, you can do things without all that extra kit. So why worry about it?
There we go. Pongster just covered it. A first responder kit. That's what basically the trauma pack is known. Yeah, they're very, very similar to the first responder kit. You haven't got to worry about liability. If you're first aid trained and you're first on scene, and you say to someone, "I am first aid trained," or "I'm a first responder trained," job done. You know what's better if the guy's laying there for 15 minutes and it takes the ambulance 20, 30 minutes to arrive, and you're the only one on scene. You're going to patch him up the best you can.
Yeah, and what the ambulance crew do as soon as they get there, they go cut it all off and have a look.
Yeah.
But that aside, if you follow the simple ABCs, you'll keep someone alive. So
yeah. Exeter, why do you carry a Durex just in case I run into Lockwood?
now you know he likes it bareback.
That's true. Yeah, we're gonna get some Stetsons when we come up to Scotland.
Yes, mate.
Sit on top of a mountain. But yeah, that was just the one thing, because obviously someone said to me, you know, what sort of first aid? I carry a very, very basic first aid kit, because biker, in a car crash, obviously cars are going to be stopped. The bikers are going to be filtering. You're going to be the first one on scene if you're a biker. So that, you know, that's the reason why, especially if you're in a Pongster's just said, I was about to say, if you're in a remote area, you go down hard. You've got to bleed from an artery, or you've broken your leg or something, and there's no one around. You're going to pull your trauma kit out and you're going to try and patch yourself up until someone arrives.
Yeah, I mean that's why I really like the idea of having the SOS on my bike.
I was going to say that. He actually beat me to it. I was like, Andy's going to jump
you fall off, my bike will call for you and get help. Yeah.
No, but it's a great idea.
The good thing is with it, I mean, you know, I've been in Austria and Switzerland, and we've seen bike accidents, and other people have been dealing with it. You know, only sort of like, you know, small crashes and stuff. But if you've got that, you have no idea where you are. You just push the button. They know exactly where you are and what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, they sort it out for you. I think they're a good idea. I think more bikes should have that facility.
If you don't have that, a really good thing we use in the police is so it's an app called What 3 Words, because sometimes people can't give directions, or they're not very good at sort of saying where they are. But with What 3 Words, it's brilliant because you can pin it down to literally a metre squared.
It's a metre square, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you've got Google Maps on your phone, just my location, it'll give you longitude and latitude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We used to go off longitude and latitude. Quick one from Greg. Greg's just said, I've got a first aid kit in the car, coming handy a few times. Yeah, exactly. What 3 words is the big thing at the moment? But in Bikerbird, exactly. That is all the quick duct tape, cable ties, latex glove. Yeah.
We're doing a little change.
I'm gonna
Voting Bird, can you have a word with Exeter? Let him know how it's done. There you go.
During the war, yeah, exactly. One of my friends, now Simon knows about this. He was coming back through Northampton last year. He was on a ZZR 1400. His wife's on an XJR 1300. And I'm talking Western Fable roundabout, Simon. You know how busy that is. He's come up to the Western Fable roundabout, gone across the roundabout. Next thing he knows, he's 50 yards across the roundabout on his side, been lobbed off the bike. Woman in an Audi comes straight across the roundabout, didn't even look to the right, just belted it across the roundabout and took him out, T-boned him. First thing he knew, he was on the floor. Crap, I'd been hit. To see this guy stood above him, unbuckling his trousers, taking his belt off, going, "Don't worry, mate, we've got you," to slam the belt round his leg. He said, it wasn't until I looked down that I'd realised that my leg was missing from the knee down. She hit him so hard, she severed his leg below the knee.
Does anybody carry luggage straps on their bike? I've got a couple on my bike. They're very good on the case.
Yeah.
Something you don't think of.
Yeah, this guy literally pulled his belt off, wrapped it round his leg, pulled it tight. Don't worry, mate. Paramedics are on the way. His wife on the XJR, she literally just dropped a brand new XJR on the road, rushed to him. and obviously you're all right. Luckily, he's all right now, but he's got obviously false leg from the knee down. And he's had to buy himself a Can-Am. He wanted to get back on a bike, but he can't ride a bike, so he got himself a Can-Am. So, you know, he's back on a bike, he's back on 3 wheels. I know for a fact that they paid him out just over £600,000. So he's had to change his house from a 2-bed to a bungalow because he's had to adapt his lifestyle. He can't do his job because he was a travelling salesman unless he drives an automatic car.
What shitty solicitor got him 600 grand? That's £1 million plus.
Yeah. He got 600 grand out of it.
He get £1 million plus. The solicitor took the rest.
Yeah, probably.
But you know,
no win, no fee. Oh, you won. I take half.
Yeah, he said all the money in the world for 600 grand. I would rather have my leg back.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, he said it's a pittance. You know, he's still got his job. He's working from home now because he can't tour the country doing his
traveling work from home.
He does it all. He does it all on Zoom. He's got it sussed, you know. But he said, you know, I can't ride a bike anymore. I can't do this. We've had to change our house. All for the simple fact that a woman in an Audi couldn't be bothered to look right.
Did she get prosecuted?
Do you know what? She got 6 months. She got a 6 month
probably
6 month suspended sentence for 2 years. She had to pay, I think it was £600 in court costs, and £100 victim surcharge.
We're not after 9 o'clock yet. I can't say what I think to that.
No,
you can. You put his disclaimer up.
The disclaimer's up. I don't give a fuck, mate. You say what you want to do.
Yeah, she's a con.
That is absolute bollocks. I don't know who represented that poor sod, but Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
He said, if I want to take it back to court, it's going to cost me 10 grand to take it back to court. And the solicitors basically said you're going to have to take up a private prosecution.
Damn right, I would.
Yeah, I would.
And the only thing was, but obviously the insurance company paid out for a new XJR for his missus because she dropped it. So she got a new XJR out of it, and she's like, you know, for the sake of a new, she said, all I did was scratch the tank, bend the bars. She said, because I literally dropped the bike and run to my husband. And they gave her a brand new bike out of it because the solicitor said that's the first thing you do. But the actual judge at the court awarded, I think it was £600,000-700,000. He said that is the maximum we're allowed.
I don't understand why the police didn't push for a prosecution for her driving to be, her license to be taken off her for 2 years.
You know, it's like the CPS are looking at evidence, and they probably took a plea, didn't they, of admit guilt by dangerous driving or whatever. And
don't go via CPS. They don't go via CPS traffic things like that.
According to what he said, it was a first offence.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and she literally got
kill someone.
Yeah, 6 months suspended for 2 years.
I'd have had her license.
Yeah. And yet you see some of these little 17, 18-year-olds, like they're hammering around like absolute loons. And I had one, I think it was the Cypher ride, wasn't it, Simon? I got that moped come up the inside of me, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then he got to the Tesco's roundabout, outside lane, turned right and went straight over. And I'm like, bloody organ donor there.
That's one of them giving me CBT and let God sort him out, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point exactly. I think they should make drivers that do shit like that go and do a CBT. You know, you have to do those driver awareness things when you're speeding. When you do pull shit like that, you need to go and do a CBT. Give them a good appreciation of exactly, you know, what we have to look out for. I mean, even today, I was on my way to Tesco's. There's a bend in the road and a junction to the left near where I live. This idiot just came right out without stopping at a give way. I actually chased after him. I got past him on a junction. I got out of my car and I went up to him, tapped on the window, and he wound his window down. He thought I was going to punch him. And I said, did you see that give way that you sort of drove through on the Potton Road? He went, no. Was that a giveaway? I said, have you had an eye test lately? And he said, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, you need to just look where you're going, mate. I said, I'll leave it there. Because I thought this could get ugly.
Yeah, I did the one that I did on the Cypher, and I think I'm rolling back about 4 months now, where I'm coming down the back of Bletchley, and the little old boy in the car pulls straight out in front of me when I'm on the electric Cypher, and I actually chase him down, beep, 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 and he's not even paying attention to anyone behind him. And I chase him down. I said, did you not see me, coming down the road? No. Can you just do me one favour? Can you just, next time you cross a junction, look twice for a biker? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, just look twice for a biker because it might be someone younger than me, but just pay attention. Second look for a biker. No problem. And I roll off on the Cypher and I go, and that is how you deal with it if you're a proper biker. A lot of the moto channels took my video and shared it out. And everyone's like, yeah, but why did you chase that old man down for 500 yards to, just to have a go at him? I said, I didn't have a go at him. I educated him. And the idea is a lot of bikers will take a wing mirror. They'll hunt the guy down. They'll take his mirror out. They'll kick his door. They'll have a right go. You look at some like Lister of Smeg. That guy has got a real bad attitude. If you look at some of Lister of Smeg's attitudes,
he's going to get killed one day because someone's just going to turn into him.
Yeah, Simon's seen a lot of his video. That guy will get killed one day. And as I say in the video, educate, don't aggravate. Just pull up, knock on the window. Did you not realise what you did? What? You nearly took me out. You could have killed me. You're in a car. I'm on a bike. Just look twice, or can you just do this next time? And they're going to think that's going to stick in muscle memory, and they're going to get to that junction. They're going to think that kind of go. I'm just going to have that second look. My missus, I had a go at her. We went out on, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and she sat at the junction. I went, go. And she went, I can't see that part of the road because my A-pillar's in the way. And I went, right. She went, that could be you. And I went, good point. Well done. And she actually took her 20 seconds to move off the junction because she was having to move her head around the A-pillar to look for the road. And that is what you want, that is what you want from a driver. And I said to her, when I got home, I said, do you know what? I'm really impressed in why. I said, because you moved your head, you looked the other side of the mirror, and then you pulled off. It took you time to move off from the junction, sod the cars behind, but that could have been a biker in the way. Bloody well done. I'm really impressed.
You do get that, though. I'm definitely a bit better driver now that I'm riding a bike because you're a lot more aware. Even if you're sitting in traffic, there's maybe 3-4 lanes of traffic, you're sitting there and you want to jump between lanes because that lane's moving quicker than that lane. I'll always check and double check just in case a biker's maybe filtering through it. Whereas before I would never have thought of doing that.
Andy's just messaged, he's got to disappear in a minute. So thanks for coming in, Andy.
Night, Andy. Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Yeah.
See you later, mate.
Have a great night, Andy. Yeah, but you were saying Lockwood.
Yeah. So I mean, that I would never have thought of checking and double checking that there might be a biker coming up, the side of me if I want to pull into that lane. And you are such a better, driver because you're a biker. You're so much more aware of what's going on.
Very right.
Yeah.
I was amazed since the change in the legislation for using handheld devices and stuff. When I was out and about, it was last Friday. How many people are still messing around with their mobile phones while they're driving?
All the time.
It just mystifies me. Why?
Did you see my video?
I did. You know what,
Bill end,
mate? If you were in my area and you'd have got their number plate, I would have sorted them out.
That was on the M1 between junctions 10 and 11 in one morning. All three of them on the motorway.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I see it every day, mate. I've just got so fed up and bored with it. I've started calling them wankers now because I'm fed up.
I've created you a set of little idents, Simon. You know everyone uses these SpongeBob, like 10 years later. I've done my own for you, and it's got 1 wank hour later.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, share that out.
Oh, please, you got to give that to me. I'll put that between every single one of them.
I've got to stack them up and put them on. I'll stick them on so you can download them, or I'll put them somewhere in a Dropbox. You can have them. But I've done about 5 or 6 so far. But you're going to have various ones like 1 eternity later, 1 tosser later.
Yeah, quick one. Boating biker.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a video. Yeah, we've seen that
There
one.
is.
I think most of us have seen the pen.
Wasn't that an Australian policeman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an Australian policeman holding a pen up. He takes the pen down. There's a motorcycle riding down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The simple fact is, if you watch a lot of my videos, especially the rides, you can hear my phone going off in my back pocket. On a bike ride, I don't do it. In the car, that goes literally on the passenger seat, and the missus will say to me, I'll say to her, take my phone, put it in your handbag. Oh, your phone's just pinged. Well, wait till I get home. Oh, yeah, but what if somebody wants you? If somebody wants me, they will phone me. I haven't got time to answer a text message. If it's an emergency, they will phone me, and you're sitting there and you can answer my phone. There is no reason for me to pick up my phone while I am driving the car.
Yeah.
Or she'll say to me, she went, oh, I tried to call you this morning on the way. She did it Sunday, actually, Simon. She said to me, I tried calling you on the way to Super Sausage. And I went, yeah, I mean, my phone was in my back pocket. Yeah, but you've got your new intercom on your helmet. Why didn't you answer your phone? Because I don't answer my phone when I am riding my bike. Simple as. I use it. Yeah, I use it for pack communication if I'm riding in a pack, but I will not answer my phone if I'm riding the bike.
I will answer my phone if it rings, because obviously it links up through the sat nav. I can see who's calling and choose whether or not to answer it, and I can answer it hands free. We just blow at the microphone and it'll answer the phone for me. But I always tend to, when I do that, I'll drop back and I'll start sitting behind cars in lanes, or if I'm on the motorway, I'll move to the left, and just so you haven't got to think about overtaking or anything.
Paul's just brought up a good one.
Yeah, Red Bob, you're screwed. I'm all right.
I'm screwed, yeah. Yeah, but it's we had one at Super Sausage on Sunday. One of the traffic guys was in. You know, I'm on about Simon. Michael was down on Sunday, and he was walking down the car park, and he said to a certain people, he went, small number plate, mate, get it changed. And he went, yeah, all right. Went to the next guy. He went, oh, you need to put some baffles in that, mate. And he went, oh, right. And he went to the next guy. He went, what you got on your bike? And he looked at me. He went, can you put the ignition on? And he went, why? He went, turn your ignition on. Press the button on his dash, up by his clutch lever, and his plate went, zzz. And he went, press the button again. Plate went, zzz. And he went, just do us a favour, mate. He went, if you get pulled by the old bill, he went, hide that button, put it somewhere out of the way where we're not going to see it. The bloke went, I'm not going to get nicked for it. He went, no, just hide it out of the bloody way. And this bloke's face went, okay.
You could argue that's for show purposes, for when you're on
yeah, it's for show purposes. You need to hide your number plate out of the way, don't you, when you're showing your bike off?
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah. But he's actually said to me, he said, put the button out the way. He said, because if you get stopped, that is an instant nick, mate. You are going to get the book thrown at you.
Yeah, that's a biggie, isn't it?
It's for one purpose only, flipping it out when you're going past the speed camera.
Why doesn't James Bond get done then? He's got a number plate revolver in his Aston Martin.
Because they tried to pull him over and he had machine guns.
And he's James Bond, so he gets away with all sorts.
Yeah. He's got a license to speed as well as kill. So.
Exactly, yeah. I had to have a little bit of clock blur on Sunday.
No, really? I never noticed it.
Yeah,
But I did time your distance between lampposts, so I know how fast you was going.
Yeah, it was a little bit in excess of a few numbers.
I did a bit of clock burst. Don't worry about it.
I am actually getting used to opening that GTR up now and actually seeing what it can do.
You do realise you're saying this while there's a policeman in the room here. You're
I
in
know,
shit,
I know.
Yeah, but I did a ride out and I had to do a clock blur as well, mate. So that's fine.
Exactly. I'm like,
Use it, emergency response. There you go.
he did it.
I'll tell you what, though, that Triumph might be an old bird, but I'll tell you what,
it goes
like shit off a shovel. That thing. It's in bits at the moment.
1200.
It's a 1200. Yeah. I've had it up to 120.
On a track, obviously.
The man's in the room.
Kilometers mile an hour. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Ash is here, everybody.
How you doing, Marky boy?
How you doing, Mark? How you doing, mate? Good to see you. I'm going to bang the StreamYard link up if you want to jump in on us, Mark. I am going to comment. And Lockwood knows what I'm on about. I've watched it 3 times now. Mark has done one. I think Zedhead's due to do his. Stu's due to do his. I think it's this week. But Lockwood and Mark have both done the same run. The camera angles and those twisties, oh my God. But the crap on the roads up there, don't you just want a day's rain to get rid of it?
Yeah, I know. It's really bad.
I was watching you ride, and then obviously I was thinking, Jesus Christ, he's chucking in that road is shiny white. And I'm like, no, don't lose the front end on it, please.
Well, just that was us taking it really easy. But in the summer, that road is amazing. You know, it's someone else to do.
The roads were really shiny and white, and I'm thinking, God, you need a good day's rain to just get rid of that crap.
I'll tell you what, I was out on Sunday there with about 20 other bikers, and we did Dumfries and came back through the New Galloway, and it was a road that I'd never been on before. That was just twist after twist after twist, and you were going downhill. And I must have been about 10 bikes back, and the footage I've got of all these bikes just flowing into the corner and then flowing into the next corner, and it was an awesome day. So it was on Sunday.
Because obviously Mark's Ash has done some really good video on his 360, but when he rocks round, and then Stu on the ZZR just taking that corner and he's hanging off the bike, and I'm like, oh yeah, that ZZR is just going. And then I think you're up the very front, aren't you?
Yeah. I was leading the pack that day. I keep
got some
saying
really good angles on that 360. But the thing that got me when he panned round onto that mountain, I'm like, oh God, that view.
Yeah, it was something else that day. It really was good. And I think as well, because it's still the winter, you're seeing a lot more because the trees are still bare. It's still quite brown in a lot of bits. So you see so much more. But it was a good day out.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was a good run. You've got that obviously on. I prefer your VFR to your CB, but that CB, the angle you got on that CB, the first couple of twisties that you go into, like, blimey.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it better because the VFR's a greedy bastard. I mean, when it comes to the price of fuel nowadays, it's like 24 quid to fill it, and I'll get 100 mile out of it. So it's the CB's definitely better on fuel. But yeah, I'm just trying to get that angle right on the CB so I can get the same kind of throw on it. But yeah,
it did look good though. I was enjoying that. I was like, because I watched yours and then Mark's, then I went back to yours. But then I was like, I went to search Stu's, and I'm like, where's the bloody hell Stuart's one? It's like, it's not up yet.
Yeah,
I've got to wait for his. But then he posted up saying that he's going to do his in a couple of days' time. So, he's obviously busy boy. I'll get on and watch that. I tend to sort of, the missus gets the right arse of me because I tend to sit on YouTube for a couple of hours every night just catching up with stuff. And to say that I've got sort of, I think the last count was about 70 or 80 channels that I follow. If you're trying to follow 70 or 80 channels and they're all putting videos out, and she said to me, she went, can't you just click through? And I went, no, because I want to watch the whole video. I don't want to be clicking through because I might miss something. If it's Lockwood, he might mention Rev Bomb, or he might mention Simon, or he might mention Andy. And Simon mentions a lot of me in his channel. I mentioned Simon. You know, if you're clicking through, you're going to miss that biker saying, "Oh, this is shout out to whoever," or this is what you know. So I tend to watch a full video all the way through to the end, go and have a smoke break or something, come back, and I'll sit and I'll watch at least an hour's worth of YouTube. And then she says to me, oh God, I tend to have a pen and pad, so I tend to write down the latest videos that are coming out on that day and then roll to the next day. So I'm still to catch up. I think Bikes, Beards and Brews have just put a latest one up, so I'm still to catch up with his.
Yeah. What I tend to do is when people release their videos, I'll stick it in my watch later list, and then I'll go onto it later on and just play all. And I'll do that while I'm at work or wherever, because if I get one of my big reports I've got to read or write or type up, I'll stick it on and I'm listening to it all the time, or it's playing. So
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you a guy. I'll tell you. You maybe know, but he's quite new. He's only got 7 subs at the moment. But he commented, as you do. He commented on a couple of my videos, and I went and looked at his channel. And this is an English guy that has stayed in Japan for over 20 years, and he's just decided he wants to ride a motorbike. So it's quite good when you see him going through Japan in his V125.
Oh, bless him. Yeah.
It's quite decent. I'll try to find the guy, but I'll dig him out. I'll give you a note who he is.
Yeah. I've got currently I've got 8 in my playlist. So I've got the last one. I've got Itchy Boots, because obviously I follow a lot of Itchy Boots. 11 hours to find this place in Honduras. I've got Simon's collection of bellends for the week. Biking Buddies, they're really good actually. Biking Buddies are a very good channel. Active Tracking, number 224. Western Riders, Africa Twins first MOT. Rhythmic Biker, he's just put some new tyres on his bike. Bridgestone Battle Axe T32s. Helmet Head, trip of a lifetime, riding to the French Pyrenees on a Honda. Helmet Heads, he does a lot of 125 stuff. Epic Adam, so obviously Adam's out. Why you shouldn't buy a Suzuki Bandit. Dynamo Tight Star, TRW, come ride with us. And obviously Simon's had some new Pirelli Angel ST. So there's a couple of from Simon.
Yeah, I've not seen that one yet, Simon. How do you find it?
I literally just finished uploading it as Red Bomb Stream started it, so I just went live, put them in public with it there and then, and yeah.
So yeah, I've got about 8 to catch up with.
Yeah, long story short, I actually get over 8,000 miles out of a set of tyres on my GTR, which I'm quite impressed about, and that's the Angel STs. I've had the GTs and the GT2s, and I get the same amount of mileage out of them. Not a great more performance, more performance, but they're like £100 dearer for the pair.
Yeah.
So I'll stick with the STs because I'm getting the same. Well, mileage.
Yeah, I've got the STs on the VFR and I've got the GTs on the CB, and I swear by them. They're great tyres.
How much is it on average to change a set of tyres on a motorbike? Not having ever done it, I've done plenty of cars, but I've not had to change tyres on a motorbike yet.
I'll let Simon answer that, and I'll tell you what I've just spent on my rear tyre.
Right. I buy my tyres from Demon Tweaks, and I get them sent direct to Darren Spears at HBB Motorcycles, and he'll charge me, depending on what he's going to do, about 20 quid a tyre or 20 quid a wheel to change it.
And how much is a set of tyres on a GTR?
The last lot I paid 170 quid.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm moving on then.
Yep.
Well, unless you're buying a set of Road 5s and it's 300 quid. I mean,
if you get the Pirelli Angel GT2s, they're about 250 quid.
Yeah, that's what I bought one tyre because Simon picked up on it, and Nick picked up on it the last ride that we did with the Rosper boys. That I'd squared my back tyre off. It looks like a 50p piece. I've squared the edges off. And Simon said to me, you need to change your rear up. Nick said to me, you need to change your rear up. I noticed it last Sunday. If you notice when you won't notice on the camera, but I actually noticed it on the bike where we're coming on the Super Sausage roundabout, Simon. Yeah. Coming off the A5, I put the power on. If you watch the shot very, very quickly, when we get to the end of the A5, I think it's Phil's in front. I'm second rider. Where I'm in second gear and holding the revs round the roundabout, where I actually put the power on and come out of that roundabout, you can actually see the camera drift off to the left and the back tyre slides. And that gave me a bum clenching moment.
Yeah, what you'll probably find is that is where it's squared off so badly, Rev, but as you're leaning left, as you know, you're right on that.
Yeah, it's on the
pinnacle
crux,
bit.
isn't it? Yeah.
You're right on that pinnacle bit, and the GTR. That's when I know I've got to change mine because it is moving round. It's moving round as you're cornering. Once you go past it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But when you're actually on it,
when I lent it started drifting. As soon as I got it over far enough, it gripped and took off. I phoned my tyre people this week. I've got it's a Pirelli Angel GT2 because you have to have a reinforced sidewall on that one.
Yeah, the A-rated one. Yeah,
£220. Yeah, and he said to me, he said, "I'll do you a trade deal on it." He said, "It's normally about £250 for that rear, brand new. It's a 2-week-old brand new tyre." He said, "I can do you an aged one, which is 6 months old." And I went, "No, just give me a new one." What's the price? $220. So I've decided to order a brand new tyre.
Yeah. And it's like I say, I tried the GT2s, and because I'm high mileage, if I'm getting the same mileage out of them as I am the STs, I might as well get the STs that are £100 cheaper. And to be honest with you, I don't push it that hard, so I'm not going to get any better performance. So, yeah. So I'm happy with the STs.
I'd step it up a game just in case I need that extra little bit of grip into a corner. I'm still getting used to the power of that thing. I've not opened it up fully yet. I'm getting used to it, but as I say, I am taking my time with it because I know my limits of riding a bike.
A big girl.
Yeah, she is a big girl. You know, someone actually said to me, because you keep saying it's like when you get to 3,500, it's like the Starship Enterprise. Engage. Someone actually messaged me on the Facebook and said, "Are you going to call it Kirk?"
Yeah,
because
that was me, I think. Yeah,
it goes to warp factor, and I went, "No, you know what? I'm actually going to call it Picard." Because I do like Star Trek, and that bike goes to warp very, very quick. So the bike is going to be called Picard now. Someone actually chose it to be called Picard.
Nice one.
Why don't you book up a track day or something and sort of get it out of your system? I mean, that's I've done that a couple of times. It is good fun.
I've done so many track days. I'm bored with it now. I've done Mallory, I've done Snetterton, I've done Brands, Silverstone.
Cadwell is brilliant.
I have thrown myself down the straight at Mallory at 140 mile an hour and took the back out. Well, Simon's heard the story. I took the arse out my levers at 140. We did an R1 track day at Mallory Park with an instructor, and he said, "If anybody can catch me, there's free beers and an evening meal in for it." And I went, "Okay." So I chased the guy down. He took the hump at Mallory. God knows how he did it, but he hit his sump on the track and split the sump and dumped his oil from the R1 over the track. I went through it.
Determined you weren't going to beat him. He did that on purpose.
I know. I went through the oil slick and then realised I'd got it on my tyres, went to corner, and the bike just slid out from under me. And I went down the track at 140 mile an hour on my arse and slid into the gravel. Picked the bike up, rode back to the pits, bit of scuffing on the bike. "You're right." And then they all started taking photos. And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And then I realised my 2 butt cheeks were hanging out the back of my levers.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to ride home. Someone lent me I think they call them shell suit bottoms or something, or tracky bottoms. I rode home with a set of shell suit bottoms with my arse.
Thing is, as soon as you put a shell suit on, you've got to put the Liverpudlian accent on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
They do it like that, don't they? Though
they do, don't they? Yeah.
Quick one up. Port's just joined us. Hi, guys. Hey, mate. How you doing?
Hey, Port.
That's a nice one. Give me an excuse to get out. Yeah, here we go. Lots going on in the side chat. I'm going to chuck up the StreamYard link one more time. If you want to come and join us on the StreamYard link, come and join us on here. Lot was just put up. Yeah, there we go. So let's just have a quick look at the. Oh, here we go. The Spirit of Bikers Life. Cheers for that, Rob.
Yeah. He's only got 9 subs, and I know he's not. I think he's been on the go for maybe 3-4 months.
Yeah.
But I think it's quite interesting because you're looking at a different.
There we go, guys.
Someone in a different country, so it's good.
There we go. I've just posted the link up that Rob's just sent me. So bike geese, yeah. Getting a motorcycle license in Japan, Honda CB, GB350, but you know, a little bit of Japanese riding is something a little bit different. Another channel to watch, guys. So jump on it. You know, give him a like, follow, subscribe, and let's get him up there. Same as we did with Andy. We did this with Simon months and months ago because Simon, I think, when he started with me, had about 50 subs. He's over the 1,000 now. He's climbing like a big one. We did it with obviously Salty and Sprinkles because Big Smitty Riding came along. Smitty is, I think Smitty's over 3,000 subs now.
Wow.
And he's storming it like an absolute good one. But if we can push a channel, you know, just for the sake of it's a very, very small community what we do, and it's obviously small channel. Mafia, Hell's on 2 World started that, but you know, if we can get people over the 1,000, then they're getting money for something that they like. Then you know, good on them.
Yeah,
it all goes to a good cause. Someone mentioned to me earlier, obviously Norley. Where is she? Norley's brilliant to watch. Itchy Boots. We had what was it? A Himalayan in 125 Himalayan a couple of weeks ago. Oh God, Christ, when was it, Simon? About 6 months ago when we had that Himalayan, and we sold it straight. It was in for 3 days, and we sold the Himalayan out just for the simple fact that it got a couple of Itchy Boots stickers on the side panniers, and everyone's like, "Really?" And I went, "Yeah." And I messaged Norley and said, "Oh, another one gone, just for the simple fact it's got your stickers." And she went, she actually messaged me back and said, "Good to hear someone's out on a good touring bike. Wish them well, all the best." And I actually sent her $10. You know, have a cup of coffee on me. Thanks very much. You know, enjoying your videos. She's working her way. I can't even remember where she is. I think she's down in Ecuador or something now. But she's banging out some really, really good videos. So.
Yeah.
Fortune said, "I'll give you a shout out. Be the small cost of a brand new 125." Yeah, if it's a 125, then we'll give you a Yamasaki. 400. Yeah, excellent. That was it. The 400 Himalayan. That was the one we did the ride on. Yeah, but the old Himalayans are doing really, really well at the moment. Loads of people are loving those.
Yeah, Noobster's got one as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to grab a quick coffee. Simon, you've got the show for the minute.
Oh, don't leave me in charge. It never goes well when I'm in charge.
Did he say coffee? Did he actually say coffee there?
He did. I'm going to have a beer in a minute. I'm not a girl, so.
I'm working tomorrow, but I'm still drinking wine, so I'm sure
good man.
Well, here's a small segue for you all then. This isn't product placement. Today, from Amazon, arrived my puncture repair kit, because one of the things that Andy GSA Tractor mentioned was a decent tyre repair kit, because when you're on a sort of, well, any bike, doesn't matter whether it's a big bike, if you're out on a bike and you're in the middle of nowhere and you're having to wait for the RAC like I did and wait for 2 hours, that's the last thing you want. But I was actually quite impressed with this kit, with the exception of one thing. Not one single bit of an instruction, unless you can understand Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
But it's quite a comprehensive kit. And what it's got with it is the little CO2 bottles that you can actually stick the adapter on the valve.
Yeah, twist in the bottle and inflate the tyre. Yeah,
and pump them up. But I've never used one of these before, and I've got to be honest.
They are really quite simple to use. Have you got the sticks of rubber in that? Or there?
Yeah, you've got the little corkscrew thing, so you can open
the whole bugger. Yeah,
you can open the wine to celebrate after you fixed it. No, but it's just to prime the hole.
You've got a pair of pliers in there, because they always haven't got a pair of pliers, and you always need a pair.
Well, they sent these, which I thought was quite good, because it's a bit like, I mean, I've got a Leatherman tool, but they provide these, which I thought was pretty nice.
Yeah, because you always need something to pull that nail out before you make the hole bigger. Yeah.
And then you've got the little the threader, but they only give you. They only give you about 5.
Has that cat got no tail? Sorry.
Yeah, she lost her tail. Bless her. Someone shut the door in the house while she was trying to get out and caught her tail. Poor little thing. I don't know how she balances, but she does. She's very good. Yeah, you
Yeah,
only
sorry.
get 5 strips, and I know you sort of.
Are they all the
strip
same
through that.
size?
Yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah.
So you use that corkscrew one to make the hole nice and symmetrical. Then
So
you
how
get one of
do I-
them strips and put it through that.
Right.
Yeah. And then you push it all the way into the tyre and then pull it back and then cut it off. And that should seal your tyre.
Oh, okay. That's simple enough. What about, I mean, what's the rubber compound for then? Do you actually put a bit of the glue?
You can
on
put a
the
bit of glue
tire?
around it as well to help it. Yeah, you put glue around it to help it stick. Otherwise, it will just fly out as soon as it's under pressure. So,
What
yeah.
are those little sticks made out of then? They're like some sort of, they look like wood.
They're sticky rubber.
Oh, are they?
Or they should be.
Oh, that's pretty neat though.
How many have you got?
5, so I'm guessing.
So you can afford to break one then. See if you can bend one.
Yeah.
If it is made of wood.
Let's take one out.
It's probably more like a.
Oh, it's really
Yeah,
gummy.
Simon Says rubbery, I would have thought.
I've only had to use them once, and that was on somebody else's R1. And we did the whole procedure. I had my air pump with me, so we managed to pump his tyre up. And it lasted for the whole of the ride. So,
yeah.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Those little sweets you used to get as a kid, those licorice things.
mm-hmm.
Right. So how are you going to stick that through the hole?
That thing you had with a hole in the end of it.
What, do you thread it in here?
Thread it in. We should be able to thread it in.
You're supposed to pull that apart or something.
I don't know. You might have got a dodgy one.
It's not going in. It's not going in.
Sure, there'll be a YouTube video on it.
Yeah. There'll be a YouTube video somewhere on it, but yeah.
All right, here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And you push that into the tyre, and as you pull it out again, it folds on itself.
Right.
And then you can cut it off or break it off, and that should seal the hole. So they say.
So, is this a temporary get you home to until
it's a temporary get you home. I wouldn't trust it for very long fix. Yeah.
So how fast is your maximum speed limit? Like,
I probably wouldn't go over 50 myself, but yeah, if I want to live in.
About to say,
but if you get the proper plug, which is actually a take the tyre off job and do from the inside, they last the life of the tyre.
All right. I've had that done on a car.
Yeah.
But with a bike, you don't want to mess about with a bike.
Well, I've had quite a few tyres now plugged. If the puncher's nicely in the centre, isn't on the side or anything like that, I've had them plugged, and that plug has lasted the lifetime of the tyre, and I've never had to keep pumping it up. So.
All right.
But there's Darren does them, and he does them very well. And like I say, they're done from the inside. Great big rubber patch on the back and a big cone of rubber. And he pulls it all the way through with a lot of glue around it, and cuts it off.
Yeah, tyre plugs are good. Yeah. Yeah.
Lube it all first.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gave a guy of an R1. He had a puncher, and one of the lads had one of them on it. Excuse me. Fixed his puncher. It lasted the rest of the ride.
Well, do you know what? For the sake of 30 quid, or waiting 2 hours for the RAC, who will probably just stick it.
Did you know there's a trick to getting the RAC or AA out to you quicker? Just tell them you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Tell them you're vulnerable.
I'm vulnerable. Why are you vulnerable? I'm not safe where I've had to stop.
Well, when I did break down, I was on the M11 southbound on my way to Essex to see my kids, and the bike just died on me, and I managed to sort of get it across from the outside lane all the way across, and I was on a particular bit of the sort of inside bend, and after about 5 minutes, I started to sort of make the phone call to the RAC. Kept getting dropped and cut off, so I took off my crash helmet, put that on the side, got the other side of the barrier, and after about a couple of minutes, I just happened to look up the road, and this guy had veered onto the hard shoulder on his mobile phone and seen my bike, and suddenly like twisted out the way. I've actually got it on film. I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but you actually see him swerve suddenly out of the hard shoulder, literally 20 feet in front of my bike. And to say I shit myself was an understatement. Twat.
Try standing on the hard shoulder with a patient when two cars collide and one goes off the road one side of you and one goes off the road the other side of you across the hard shoulder. That's scary.
Yeah,
they collide and then just go round you.
Yeah, well, I think that's 30 quid well spent. I mean, there were loads of others out there, but that looked like the best one. But it just didn't come with any bloody instructions, which was a bit of a shit. And I've never used one of these before.
Well, I say the last time I had a puncher, I pulled into a garage and I just phoned the AA. And the reason I pulled into a garage is I knew they had a toilet and a coffee machine. And it was a lovely sunny day, so I just laid on the verge until he turned up, and he repaired puncher badly. He got me home, but he actually ruined the tyre in doing it. I was going to get it plugged, but instead of taking the nail out first, what he did, he tried to push it through with a corkscrew, and he made a hole next to it, which he put his plug in.
Oh God!
So the nail was still in the tyre, and the plug wasn't in it. It wasn't sealing the hole properly. But it got me home. But then I had to pump it up again. I went to see my mate Darren and said, "Can you plug it?" And he actually showed me the two holes, one he'd made and one where the screw was still in it.
Nice one.
So I sent them pictures off to the AA and made a complaint and got fuck all back. But there you go.
No, you never get anything back, mate.
I would. The worst one, obviously, the AA. I've got RAC recovery because you tend to find most of the RACs. Oh yeah, quick one. Yeah, you should have told me you're a pregnant woman with you. They'll get you out quick if you've got tell them you've got a pregnant woman.
I've got a pregnant woman on the back of my
bike. Don't tell them you are a pregnant woman because I may not believe you, Mr. Mad Biker.
The last time I had a run-in with the AA, oh God, this story's an old one. Simon's heard this so many times. Phil's heard this so many times as well.
Hang on, I'll get comfy then. Hang on.
Yeah, get comfy. I had a Bedford CF. We had it modified slightly. It had a flip front on it, cage around the front. I had a Chevy Corvette engine in it. Now, I'm not going to go into the in-depth thing on it, but we were chasing a Porsche down on the M1, coming back from Camden Palace one night after gigging. I'd got a ton of disco gear in the back, and this Porsche decided to take on the CF. The Porsche lost. We come hammering up past Scratchwood services on the M1. Know it well. And all of a sudden, these cones loomed up on front of me, and I pulled over. The only thing was, one of the cones went under the back of the van, hit the prop shaft, and I ended up blowing out the Jag IRS diff that I got on the back end and snapping the prop shaft. Prop shaft's flapping around. And basically, I'd got no drive. The engine just went, shut it down. The Porsche ended up going through all the cones, taking out the front Porsche. He took about 30 cones with him. Managed to get into Scratchwood services, limped in and phoned the AA and said, "I've blown my prop shaft. I need recovery." "What's happened?" "Don't know. My prop shaft's just blown. I need recovery on the truck." The Porsche phoned the AA as well. "I've just gone through a load of cones." So recovered the Porsche. They come out to me, but obviously because it was a van, they had to send out a 15-tonner. It wouldn't fit on a 7.5-ton flatbed. When the guy went to haul the Bedford up on the back of the van, I said to him, "You've got to start the engine." "Why is that?" I said, "Because it's got no brakes when the engine is not running. It's got power-assisted brakes. There are no brakes when the engine is not off." "Oh, don't worry. I've got it on the winch. I will sort it out." I went, "Yeah, it's got a fiberglass front end on that. Just be careful because it's got a flip front on the whole front of the van." They hauled it up on the back of the AA van, got it up. He's winched it up on the thing, and as he brought the flatbed up, it rolled forward, and the winch went through the front of my flip front end, wrote the front end off. AA would not pay out for it. Took them to court. 3 months later, I got paid out for it. Yeah, AA wrote the van off because he bent the front end on it and bent all the cage on the front end. And I've never used AA from that moment. I've always had RAC recovery. We use a very, very good local recovery to pick our bikes up. and they're in Milton Keynes, called Campbell's Recovery. He goes out and picks my bike up. Shane or Josh will pick the bikes up that we need recovering back to the garage. And he picked up the, what did he bring into us today? 600 Bandit and a CBF Honda. Back the van up onto the yard to drop the bike off. And I went, Jesus Christ, how many straps have you got on that bike? 8 minimum straps on that bike to get it in. And I went, we normally recover a bike with 4 straps. No, 8 minimum. 2 on the front wheel, 2 on the back wheel, 2 up on the front yokes, another 2 on the back pegs, and another 2 in the centre on the footrests. He does 8 straps minimum.
Are they paying for that product placement you just gave them there, Rev Bob?
I don't mind. I'm quite happy to promote a good company. If, matey boy round the corner that's going to bang 4 straps on a bike, chuck it in the back of his transit van, he's not going to get a plug. But
excellent. Hey. Rev Bob brought to you tonight in association with Campbell's
Recovery.
Other recovery companies are available.
Yeah.
But
Grumbly now thought I was chewing the old tyre plugs, but they're matchsticks.
But when I said to him, I said, why do you put so many straps? He said, at the end of the day, mate, if that bike comes off on the trailer, we are liable for it. We've got to pay that guy, to repair his bike. So we're going to strap it down as much as we can. Fair play to the guy. It takes him an extra 10, 15 minutes to strap it on and unstrap it at the end of the thing. But if he's being paid for his recovery, he wants it as safe as he bloody well can.
Love a good strap on.
Love a good strap on. Exactly. Yeah.
Strap it on properly, ain't you, lad? So,
yeah,
don't want to lose it.
He's got a massive twiglet there. Exactly. Someone said to me today, he said, "Oh, what are you getting for tea tonight?" And I went, "Oh, I'll probably get Chinese on the way home because the missus is away for the weekend." And he went, "Oh, if you're getting Chinese, what are you getting?" I said, "I'll probably sweet and sour pork with fried rice." And he went, "Yeah, but the thing is," he said, "who the hell invented the best?" He said, "What's the best thing for eating rice?" And I went, "Spoon, fork." And he went, "Yeah, but who came up with this 2 sticks invention?" I went, "That's why the Chinese are so bloody thin."
Yeah, they can't get it in their mouth quick enough.
Exactly.
Northern rice, no.
I may have to mute my microphone because I had curry tonight. So if it gets a bit noisy here and you see my mute button go down, it's because the curry's starting to act up.
Well, I had a lovely pizza bought for me by my youngest. So, yeah. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah.
Coolio.
There we do. 9:45. Simon, are you carrying on with the live stream later?
I can do, yeah. I can do.
That's all right, because we went till 11 o'clock last week.
You did, yeah. And I was tired because I just got back from Liverpool.
So
Liverpool.
I'm going to do another 15 minutes, and then obviously give Simon his chance to run. I don't think military's about tonight.
I've not seen anything. He's wandering around Canada doing Instagram. So yeah.
Oh, talking of the man is in the room. Gareth is here.
Gareth is in, man. I don't know if you've seen his wee review on the Indian.
I did see the wee review on the Indian.
Brilliant.
He's actually changing his name now due to the price of fuel. It's now called Saving Gas and not Hauling Nothing.
He doesn't give a shit. Just buy the Indian. Just buy it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he's the amount of people that go on about Harleys and Harley can do it. And Gareth literally covered it all on that Indian video. Salty and Sprinkles. I think Salty's just got himself the new Indian. Indian are really pulling it out of the bag this year, just like banging home the customer sales, something that Harley do not do.
I'll tell you what. See, when we were talking to Gareth last week and we talked about the Indian, he wasn't so sure at that point. He was still a Harley man. And then he's obviously went out on Mrs. Holland's bike during the week, and he's been blown away by it.
It's like he said in the video, didn't he? He spent extra money on his Harley to get it to handle the way it does, and the Indian comes out and does it stock.
Yeah, and he's adjusted nothing.
He does it out the box, doesn't it? Yeah. Indian are really pushing it home with their customer service. And as I said at the beginning, when we started the stream tonight, the difference between Insta and GoPro. Now, I've not approached GoPro and said, you know, I want to buy a GoPro. What can you do for me? They've literally picked up on the fact that I've tagged them in on the fact that I've got a shitey, and I'm going to say it's a piece of, you know, this thing, Insta360. I paid £360 for this. So Insta360 1X. I bought 3 batteries with it, an extra SD card, and that broke after 9 months. I'm really going to push this home. Insta, you are shit on your customer services.
Insta,
you know,
you suck.
Yeah.
You know, and then GoPro, literally, because I tagged GoPro in and said, I'm looking to go for a GoPro. And then GoPro just jumped straight out the stable and said, we'll send you this one. We'll send you the latest 7K or whatever it is version. But, you know, if you want it or after demo, you pay half the price. Or we'll send you the 4K demo model. If you want to keep it, but just give us a really good review. GoPro did not need to do that. And, you know, I approached Insta and said to Insta, you know, GoPro are offering me X, Y, and Z. What are you going to do? All you've got to do is either get this camera repaired in the UK or give me a replacement camera. And it's got to go to Hong Kong. That is where our official, you know, warranty centre is. I don't want to be paying the postage to Hong Kong and then having to pay to get my camera back and then dealing with customs. And you know, for a fact, I'm going to get a £12 custom charge or a 20 quid custom charge. And then GoPro said, we'll do this, and this. You know, I am looking to swing to GoPro big time now. But thanks, GoPro. I'm going to mention GoPro again.
Well, I mean, GoPros aren't perfect. They've got their glitches, and the 10, I believe, has got quite a few bugs. But I got this 5. That's the one that's the selfie camera. That's the one that looks at me when I'm on the bikes. And I paid £100 for that. And that will do everything that the latest ones will do. You know, it'll do 2.7K, 30 frames, super view. I think it does 4K as well at a lower res. But they're great cameras. You know, they really are. Yeah.
Got to answer this question with another question: is how long is the long journey?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, how many miles you're doing. You know, are you using it for work back, or
are you going to be on motorways?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
dual carriageways.
The most mileage I ever did on a 125, and that is not ever going to be on a motorway. You would never want to take, even if you've passed your test, I wouldn't want to take a 125 on a motorway. Even dual carriageways, I found sometimes a bit scary. But the most I've ever done on a 125 on that little sinister terrain I had, well, I say little, it's actually quite a big bike, was about 200 miles in a day, and it was actually quite a comfy ride, comfy bike, very fuel efficient. But if you're looking for a cruiser, I would say the Michigan all day long.
Quick one from Crumley. He's just bought the Drift Ghost XL. I'm looking. I have seen some really good reviews of the Drift Ghost XL. If you've seen the video that I did of the Drift Ghost X, I didn't like it at all. The audio on it is crap. It's great for video, but of all the cameras that I've got, is that one. And that's the Drift Ghost S. That thing has hit the road 4 times. I've been down 4 times, and that camera's got smacked every time. It's got, you can see all the scratches on it, but that thing just goes and goes and goes. I absolutely love my Drift Ghost S. And it's the one that's my main camera helmet. You know, it does the job. And I've never had an issue with drift cameras. Didn't like the X. GC, I've got an X Moto Echo Plus, the speed and the fuel gauge, they're not moving. Is this an easy fix? With the Speedo, it's probably going to be a Speedo sender. You've got a little Speedo sender on the front wheel. It's going to, 9 times out of 10, it's the one on the hub that pays up. The fuel gauge, Echoes and Echo Pluses are known for the fuel gauge. Do you know what? With a fuel gauge, the easiest way, undo the tank, look in, as long as it's up to the fuel bar. I wouldn't even bother putting a new fuel gauge on it for what it is.
It sounds like something's come unplugged from the back of the unit, doesn't it? If they're both
if they're both going at the same time, definitely it's got to be.
It's either going to be an electrical issue, sender on the back of the unit, or it's going to be something on the clocks. Easiest way, there are literally 4 screws on the front. Undo the 4 screws, the one at the top, two down the bottom, pull the front fairing off, you can get straight in the back of the clocks. It's a very, very easy fix to do.
You know,
Miso.
the fuel gauge actually works, though. That I don't know any motorbike where the fuel gauge actually works properly.
Yeah, exactly. We had a ZSB in last week, and he kept saying every time I fill my tank on my new ZSB, it only goes to 2 bars. It doesn't go to 4. We flipped the tank over, had it in for a service. While we were there, basically hooked the fuel sender out to find that when they built it in the Lexmoto factory, the glue that they put around the bottom of the tank to seal that that sender unit in, they'd actually put some on the float, and it had stuck the float to the side of the tank, so it had only go to 2, and then it had bodge on the side of the tank. New sender in, job done. Job's a good one. Customer's happy. Benelli BN125, it's a good bike. Yeah, one of our customers, we had a second-hand BN125 in. He's bought the BN125. Now, the only issue he had, where the wiring loom on the Benelli BN125 runs down, it runs down the side of the tank. Where the tank, with the vibration, the tank wears away at the wiring loom. He's just had his wiring loom burn through and short out, and it's taken the whole loom out.
Miso's last question there about going for a license is probably best if Paul answers it, because he's the one that's just recently passed. So
let me just roll down. So Serenity Terrain, White Rock Rider. He's just said most I've done without stopping 260. Gareth just said, yeah, never had an issue with the GoPros. 125 is great for country lanes, back roads. You wouldn't want to take them on a Drift Ghost S, best camera they ever made. Yeah, everybody loves Drift Ghost S. I don't want to do motorways, so more country roads. So probably, if you're looking to
but in previous comment there, he said doing about 80 to 150 miles. If you're going to do that on a 125, you're looking at 4.5 hours on the country road on the 125, 150 miles.
Exactly.
If you are riding on any bike and you want to avoid like the big roads, there's a really good app called Kalemoto. T1 sort of says a lot of things about it, but I use Kalemoto, and it just helps to take you to the nicer roads, and you can plot cafe stops, you can do waypoints and meet points and customize your trip and your journey. But Kalemoto, absolutely brilliant. You do have to pay for the pro version. That's £42 a year, but
yeah, 42 quid a year.
I think it's well worth it. I've just done the sub for the year, and I tell you what, it is absolutely brilliant.
Or if you've got the money, get one of them, a TomTom.
Well, yeah,
TomTom.
I always had a TomTom, and the good thing about the TomTom is it gives you traffic feed as well, so you know what to avoid, and
it'll also reroute you for traffic and things like that as well. And I actually bought mine from, I'm going to promote them, Sports Bike Shop. And the wonderful thing about buying from them is if you have any problems within the first 2 years, it's a warranty issue and they'll just replace it. So they've done that with other stuff for me before. They're really good on that. Good customer service.
Very, very true. Obviously, Rob's just said to me he's going to he's got to head off soon. So thanks for popping in, Rob.
Yep, I need to shoot. Good we live tonight. Catch up with you next week.
Great, buddy. Enjoy the weekend. If you're out riding, ride safe as always.
Try my best. See if I can get
Simon's, I don't know where Simon's gone. Here we go. Where is the man himself? Simon's down here. I lost Gareth. Gareth was there a second ago. I was going to bring Gareth up on the stream. Gareth just disappeared.
I don't know what happened there, but all of a sudden StreamYard kicked me out, but the rest of the internet was live. So you kicked me out, Rev.
No, I didn't kick you out. Gareth's just disappeared on me as well. So I don't know whether it's my signal. We've got heavy rain just hit at the moment up here. So you're in for it next, Simon.
Oh, it's already here. It's already here.
You've already
got guys, I'll see you later.
Cheers, Rob. Have yourself a good weekend, buddy.
See ya. You too. Cheers.
T-Pop rates Kalemoto. So that's I've got the full version of Kalemoto there. I don't know if you can see it. But you can basically go in and just set a new route by just doing waypoints. There we go. So, yeah, that will set all your waypoints up. And you can pick up, like, back roads and do like, the twisty rides. And So you can program in your own ride with Kalimoto. Great little app. And obviously, Bruce from Teapot One, he does a lot of it. So let me just discard that tour. It gives you tourist attractions, biker meets, mountain passes, fuel stops on there. You can do everything off the Kalimoto app. And the best bit is it links into your TomTom and you can use it on your Pack Talk as well. So it'll actually talk through the free. It took me half an hour to set it up, but I actually managed to get my Pack Talk, my Kalimoto, and my SatNav all talking at the same time to my mobile phone. So followed a couple of YouTube videos. I even followed, I think one of the guys that follows our channel, he did a one out to set your Cardo up to talk to all three. So I've managed to do that as well. So cheers for that. Much appreciated. And it now works. I've still got to figure out how to line my Pack Talk up to talk to other people, though.
Well, I've got a Bluetooth set, and it's compatible with any. The only problem that you get is it's a little bit fiddly to pair devices, and I think you can only pair up a maximum of about 8 devices on some. It's just a bit fiddly to sort of pair up.
It's fiddly, yeah. Quick one from Exeter. What's the service intervals on the Michigan? If it's a Euro 4, they've changed. Lex Moto are being a pain in the arse at the moment because they've just banged all the prices of the bikes up by 300 quid. But obviously they changed all the service regimes because I used to know it straight off the top of my head, and I used to do it on all my videos. So it was 300 miles first service at 40 mile an hour. Then it was 932 or 1500 miles at 50 mile an hour, and then it was every 3,000 miles. Now they've changed it, and they've changed it all into miles. So what they've done now, they've done I think it's 500 miles first service at 40 mile an hour, or 3 months, and then it's 6 months on from that service, or 3,000 miles, whatever comes sooner, and then every 3,000. But it's 3 months, 6 months, 6 months, 1 year, 1 year, 2 years. Who's going to have their bike for 4 years and do servicing every 2 years?
Be surprised, some do.
Yeah, it was a weird one, but they've changed everything up. I'll post that link up for you, Gareth. StreamYard links up as well. Yeah, as MT said, it's changed with new bikes. Yeah. So Euro 5, there we go. She's done it for me. Boating Biker Bird, 500 miles, 3 months, 3,000 miles, 6 months, 12,000 miles and 24 months. There we go. So
does that mean you've pushed up the prices for the servicing then? Surely you have to justify the extra charges that you make, don't you?
We've managed, on a 125, you've only got 1 litre of oil in it. So we've managed to hold the 109. It's £109.50, and we've had people say, yeah, but our local bike shop is charging 60 quid for a 125 service. Well, go knock yourself out. Go there then. 1 litre of oil is going to cost you 17 quid. If you're putting the decent 1040 in it, then you've got an hour's labour for the guy to look round the bike, bolt check it, chain adjust, chain lube. Someone's killed my chain monkey this week. I've got a very, very nice chain monkey with the brush on one end and the scrubber on the other. And I said to one of the boys, I went, where's my Liquid Moly chain lube gone? Don't know. I've got a brand new tin of Liquid Moly chain lube, and I only use the pricey stuff when I'm doing bikes. I could use the cheap spray grease from Motorserve, $3.99 a bottle. But he said, oh, so I've got literally 2 squirts left in the tin when I went to do a bike today. Someone's used my Liquid Moly chain lube, and I'm not impressed. And my chain monkey, it literally looks like someone's taken a heat gun to it. All the bristles are all gone. So I phoned the guy and said, can you get us another chain monkey out? They're great little things for just scrubbing the crap and all the grease and the rust off the chain. So what I tend to do, brake cleaner, clean the chain completely off so it's completely dry, and then re-lube the entire chain. A lot of people just bang a load of grease straight over the top of the old grease. What's the point? If you've got all the dirt and the grit and the crap in there, you're just adding grease on top of the old crap on there. So clean your chain, then grease the bloody thing.
Oddly enough, yeah. I've got a Scott oiler on my bike, and when I took it all to pieces, it's a good idea in principle, but I can't actually find the reservoir while you put the oil. I'm kind of thinking that the guy that had it before me took the reservoir off, but it was all fitted there, so I don't know where the reservoir is.
Follow the lead back. It should lead to it. If it leads to just the end of the lead, then you know he's took the fucking thing away. Yeah.
Oh,
Chain Monkey's adjusted. I know what I mean. Anyway, it's the same company that
It's
makes
a chain cleaning brush. That's what you're.
Yeah, it's a cleaning brush, but it's made by Chain Monkey. Yeah.
It's very important to use a brush as well. I've seen people using rags cleaning their chains and wondering why they lacerate their fingers on the cogs.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
End up like that.
The arm. Chain cleaning. Oh, what was it? I think it cost me around about 35 poxy quid for this thing.
You were robbed.
Yeah, I was robbed. Yeah, I've just seen it. The same brush on eBay for £2.71.
That's why you were robbed, mate. Yeah.
The only difference being that mine is a snap-on, and it's basically it's got a lifetime warranty on it. Yeah, but I paid an absolute arm and a leg. I'll show you what it's very, very similar to. But obviously, just remember, mine is a snap-on. I'm going to bring Gareth in while I'm doing it. Evening, Gareth.
Hello. Hello.
No.
Right. Let me see if I can find this share screen. So,
nice Indian T-shirt there, Gareth.
Hang on. Where are we?
I thought you'd appreciate that.
My computer's going absolutely nuts. AVG Secure, chain cleaning brush. There we go. Show that one up. So mine is very, very similar to that. That's $11.99. I paid 35 quid for mine. But it's very similar to, I know. It's very similar to that, but it's made by Snap-on. So if I kill the brush, I get a fresh one free of charge.
Well, that's easy. Muck off. You spend 10 quid extra on everything. That's just I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the sort of brush that I use. But I tend to use brake cleaner, get the grease off, re-grease it, and then use me liquid moly chain lube to chuck fresh grease on. So
I like the silver grease. That's good stuff.
I'm going on eBay tomorrow. I'll get 3 of those at £2.99 each.
Yeah. While Gareth's here and he's still in the room, thank you for that little thing you did. I've actually put it on the corner of my videos now, the little icon, the helmet and that you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
And to show appreciation, because you know I hate doing this, just for you. There you go.
Yeah.
He's not quite the Buccaneers. It's a pirate, but it'll do for you. All right.
Let me just see if I can.
I found a pirate flag. I thought that'd do him.
God. So how are we all? Everybody doing good?
We're doing really, really good. Yeah.
I've just got back to Africa, so I'm back at work. So I just landed about an hour ago.
The next time you'll be home, the weather will be nicer.
Whereabouts in Africa?
I'm in Equatorial Guinea.
Oh, nice.
So I'm on the island part, not on the mainland. There's 2 parts to Equatorial Guinea, and I'm on the island. I'm on the tropical island part.
Mm.
You have to travel a lot for work.
Yeah, but that's part of what I do for a living. So I've got to travel. Sometimes I'm here for 4 weeks. Sometimes I'm here for longer. Just depends on what's going on. So
can you try not to pretend look so disappointed?
Well, when you're here on your own, it's hard going, you know. A lot of guys I know don't go away from their wives for more than 2 weeks. I spend depending on what's going on in the world, I can spend any time up to 7 months away from my wife.
And the problem with that is
that makes a perfect marriage, doesn't it?
Well, don't be saying that because Sarah's probably watching this right
now.
Sarah.
Sarah, I just want to say, I don't mean it in your case. It's just that you've never met my ex-wife.
Yeah.
So we all know Gareth, Sarah, so 7 months away is probably a godsend.
Yeah,
no, it's true. Yeah, it's true. But when I go back, we're going away again. We're going away on holiday, so we're not too bad. So, you know, come home and get a week at home, and then I'll go away again for 2 weeks. So,
got any jobs going?
I don't actually know at the moment. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It changes that often. It's unreal. So, you know, I'm not it's thought that it would be more of a case of depending on what you want to do and what your skill set is.
It doesn't make any difference for me. I can spend as much time away from home as I like now. It don't make any difference. It's
all right.
all the better. Don't care what I do.
Sorry, I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm starting to get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So.
Yeah. Some of us don't appreciate it. Those that go to work and come home and sleep in their own bed every night, you know.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I spend a lot of time away.
I spent a week in Liverpool and I've got a week in Bournemouth coming up. So, yeah.
All right, okay, cool.
Just as exotic as Equatorial New Guinea, I'm sure.
It's better, actually, because, yeah, they got a Witherspoons in Bournemouth.
Oh, well, there you go, then. Yeah, that's sold.
You win. you win. You can't ride any. You can't really ride motorbikes here or anything like that. So it's not much of a. It's more or less I just come here to work and that's it. Work, sleep, eat, work, go home. So
exactly. Yeah.
That is what I do. It's like you can base it to probably what I'd think the army would be like. You know, you go away. You come back, you go away, do what you got to do, and then come home. That's what I do when I'm here. You know, so yeah.
Cool.
Well, apart from that, so did you enjoy my video then this week? Did you enjoy my Indian?
Good. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I've stacked up a load myself. It's difficult to keep up with it all.
I did get round to watching that because that came out earlier in the week. So yeah, I got to watch that one.
I just as I say, I wasn't actually planning on doing anything. All I did was I had my Senna on my helmet, and it's the Evo one that's got the camera on it. And I just basically always take it with me when I go riding, just from it's almost like my dash cam for me. You know, like it's for my own protection. So I just said, I'll just hit the record. And I'll just record some parts of the road going up through Crieff and Comrie and up through Perthshire. And then when I was riding the bike, I just went, my God, this thing is actually really, really, really good. You know, so I stayed out all morning riding it. And then I had my gimbal in my bag and I just went, saw that I'll do a video. And that's what I did. I recorded that on my state pie. If you're definitely a convert to Indian when you get in one. Well, funny you should say that.
Yeah, here we come.
The answer is not this year. It'll be, if I was going to buy one, it'll be an FTR. The FTR, or it'll be a touring bike. It might be the Challenger or something I would maybe go for. Because I do like the size of those bikes for the touring capacity. I mean, I've got a Street Glide Special just now, and I don't think I could trade in a Street Glide Special to go down to like, not down, but you know what I mean, like to go to like a bobber. I don't think I could do that. I would have, Sarah's got the bobber, I can ride that anytime. I'm quite happy. So I think for me, if it was going to be a toy on the side, I would buy the FTR. That would be what I would do. Yeah. No. And that FTR is just unreal. So
I'm just now looking up see what one looks like. FTR.
Yeah. So you've got two. You've got the FTR, which is like the carbon, is which the one I'm looking at. But then you've got the new one that came out. It was a limited edition. It's the FTR Competition, and it's got like knobbly tires on it. It's a step back towards the the tracker days, you know, like the grass track racing, all that kind of thing. So I was at India last week and I was looking at it, and I took a picture and put it up on Instagram, and it's an all round great bike, you know.
It's a lovely looking bike actually. So that's a 1200.
Yeah, but see when you go and look at that up close, it's something else. You know, it's just
I like that.
It's a tubular frame, you know.
Yeah.
You got that Krapovic exhaust system. It's things that I just wish Harley put on their bikes. Brembo brakes is standard, you know.
There we go. So there's your FTR family, guys.
So
that is a lovely
championship.
Bike. how much are you looking at for one of them then?
Your starting price is 12 grand, and then you can see the carbon's like 16.
Yeah.
And the competition is not much more, right? The competition is maybe 17, I think. Yeah. So, as I say, it's not that
you've got to do that one.
Yeah, that's probably where I would probably have to be if I was going to trade in my streak league.
Yeah.
You know, but my streak league's still pretty fast in comparison to those. So that's because I've spent a lot of money on the engine. So, honestly, overall,
is the streak league what you've got at the moment?
Yeah, I've got a streak league special at the moment.
What's one of them look like? So I'm not well up on my Harleys, mate.
Sorry, mine's a 2000.
It's a bagger.
I've got a big bagger. I've got a 2015 Rushmore edition with a stage 5 conversion on it.
Oh, blimey, that's a big old beast, isn't it?
Yeah. So for anybody who likes to come on and say they didn't make a stage 5, they do make a stage 5. You have to ask for the stage 5. It's Harley Davidson's Screaming Eagle race engine kit, and they do advertise it. It's called the Tire Shredder because it literally does. Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. You know, so it's a really good.
That's not something I'd want to be changing the tyres on too regularly, from the look of what I can see.
Well, in all fairness, I haven't done it very often because of my working schedule. I haven't got the mileage on it. So, but when I did change the tyres last year, I did notice a considerable difference in them from the time that I've changed them from before. So yeah, it does put the power down. So, but it's the money you've got to put into Harley to get that power. Whereas one of the things that frustrates me slightly is when don't start looking at night rods red. I can sell you one of them as well.
I know. If I had the money, I would buy yours straight up.
I love the V-rod.
Do you know what the biggest problem is I'm finding with the night rod? I'm trying to sell it so I can get something out of it. It's like everything. Everybody wants something for free. Don't they? You know what I mean? It's like, so you put a price up and then somebody will give you an alternative and you go, right, no, let's meet in the middle somewhere. No, it's so extreme, it's unreal. People want a 17 grand bike for £8,000. I'll give you 8 grand for it. And you go, and we're towards 17 grand, is that? You know what I mean? You're not even in the same universe.
Yeah. I had it with we had a couple of guys come in today, look at we had a guy in yesterday. And he said to me, he said, I'm looking at a Kawasaki sports bike. I said, I've got 3 in at the moment. I've got a ZX9. I've got a 636 ZX6. That's on an 06 plate. That's it's basically Team Green panel edition. I've got a ZX7R, which is my one, obviously Jap import. And he came in, he had a look at the 636, loved it, started it up. Yeah, I like this. Took him in to show mine, and he went, oh my God, that's a bit of kit. He went, that's bloody clean for the year. It would be, because it's my bike. Oh, what do you mean it's your bike? Are you buying it? And I went, no, it's my bike and it's up for sale. And he went, oh, I said, what do you want the bike for? And he went, I just want it for blatting around A to B, but I want to take it out and do some track days with it. And I went, do you know what? I said, for the sake of me selling my bike, you're better off on the 636. And he went, yeah, but I like the 7. I went, that bike is not suited to doing track days. That bike's been loved. And the last thing I want is some hooligan lobbing my bike around on a track day.
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to go to a loving home. So he ended up buying the 636. But we had a couple of guys in today. And he was like, I'm looking for a Kawasaki. Showed him my bike. He loved it, sat on it. I'm going to go home and get my bike gear and come back. And then he phoned up about half an hour later. And he said, I've changed my mind. He said, the thing is, he said, I love the bike, but I'm so afraid of throwing it down the road and ruining it. And I went, if you have that fear, you're never, ever going to want to get on a bike. because you're always going to have the fear. I said, I have it on my GTR. I said, if I throw my GTR down the road, then, you know, I've spent so much money on it. If that happens, it happens. It's just one of those things that you get to when you're a biker. And he went,
No.
yeah, oh, all right. And then he phoned back about half an hour later. He said, no, he said, I've managed to find another bike. I bought myself an old second-hand KX400. And I'm like, really? Or a Z400. I went, all right, fine, fair. Yeah, but it was half the price of yours. I really didn't want to put the money into your bike and ruin. Well, when did you pass your mod 2? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, okay, fair play. You know, the guy's being honest and being fair. Too much power for him.
Right.
So yeah.
How old was he?
Go on.
How old was he, that guy?
25.
Right. I mean, if I'd have passed my test at 25 and got on a bike, that would probably be right. I mean, at my tender-old age, you know, a lot of people say, you know, jumping straight on a 1200cc bike, is that wise? Well, yeah, for me it is, because I've got my head screwed on. I'm not a complete twat, and I'm not going to go and bend the bike off at the first corner because I've been overstretching it. But
exactly,
everyone has their own level. Everyone has their own maturity level, and I know there's a temptation to pin a bike in your younger years, but I don't know.
Right, we're going to jump over to Simon's channel because we're 15 minutes late. I'm going to give Simon his airtime to get some views and get him up to 2,000 now. So we're aiming for the 2,000 now on Simon's
We are indeed.
So thanks, Paul, for coming in. Plans for the weekend, Paul?
Put my bike back together so I can use it, but I won't be able to come out.
Obviously, Gareth, you're off working, aren't you?
Well, I'm in quarantine at the moment. I stay in quarantine for the weekend, and then I start work on Monday. So yeah,
brilliant.
So I get to look at.
Simon is going to take over the live stream now. Just a quick plug. Obviously, the Guinness World Record starts from a super sausage this Sunday. Ollie and Lally are riding a V-Strom around the world. So we've got, I think it's BBC, ITV, Sky, loads of photos, cameras, everything's all going to be down there on Sunday. So ideal press promotion. If you happen to be a moto vlogger and you're watching my live stream, get yourself a super sausage on Sunday. Grant and Michael, I think, are going to be down there. Uncle Red and Rhythmic with their cameras. Probably Dave, a sidecar dog. I'm going to be down there because they're going to nick the spot by the garage. So get the bike on show me badges off. Simon, I might see you down there Sunday if you're about. Let me know. Send us a text anyway. But we are now going to disappear off down here to Simon GTR 1400's channel. So jump across on YouTube, guys. Simon GTR 1400. Get across on his channel. Big thanks to Gareth down here, Burning Gas Hauling Ass. Go and follow his channel. Paul, Mad Old Biker. If you do want a channel promoting and you want your web pages doing, he is the man to do it, web designer. Thanks very much for everybody joining us this evening. Obviously, Hell's on Two Wheels, Boat and Biker, MT Belly, Crumbly, White Rock, Crazy Dad. Who else did we have in Exeter? Ponkster, Andy, Lockwood, Mezzo, Mrs. Burning Gas Hauling Ass was in earlier on. Who else did we have in? I think that's about it. Simon Brackett. And that's about everybody that was on the stream tonight. Obviously, don't forget, check out all the bikers in the description down below. For the weekend, have yourself a good one, guys. Be well, ride safe, have a good one. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Don't forget to keep it up with the description down below. Follow all the bikers. Until the next time, Gareth, Paul, Simon, thank you very much. And as always, take care, good night, and it's a big goodbye from me. Take care, guys.